Jackson Cavanis. Batting eighth, wearing number 12, the third baseman. He's from San Jose State, Steven Espinosa. Batting ninth, wearing number 11. He's starting in second base tonight out of St. Mary's College, Nate Kirkpatrick. And wearing number 45, your pitcher tonight out of Dixie State, Ben Hart. Assistant coaches Jake Allen, and our pitching coaches Anthony Nassau.
Test 1 2 1 2.
How's the levels of my?
Is that the main audio right there? Check 1 2.
That wire for the Raptors is 8-year-old Jackson Bradley from Ridgefield Christian School. Welcome to the Jackson. That home plate are tonight's umpires is assigned by the West Coast League. That home plate is Trey Anashamasler. And the base umpire.
Test 1 2 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2. Test 1 2 1 2.
Enter the spectator areas.
1 2.
We remind you to pay attention while you enjoy tonight's game. And now for our ceremonial first pitch.
Test 1 2. Okay, let's go 40%. Checking 1 2.
Coming onto the field are members of Cub Scout Pack 443 from Battleground.
Test 1 2. Testing 40% on the stereo. How we doing here?
By Sam Johnson, who is accompanied by Kylie Drake. Good luck, Sam.
Go 30%. How about here? Checking 1 2 1 2. 30%. Test 1 2. Checking audio 1 2. Checking 1 2.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please stand, remove your hats, and direct your attention to the flag outside left field fence as Cub Scout Pack 443 leads us in our national anthem. Raptors a big hand as they take the field. Starting on the mound for the Raptors, number 35 out of Dixie State, Ben Hart.
This is Ridgefield Raptors baseball. The pregame show starts right now.
Well, we begin West Coast League play tonight. Hello and welcome again, everybody, to the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex for the 2022 WCL season opener. It's the Ridgefield Raptors and the visiting Walla Walla Sweets tonight as we play Game 2 in the season and the first official league game after a blowout win on Wednesday in the non-league opener. Hi, everybody. I'm Josh Warden with the play-by-play tonight from Ridgefield as the Raptors take on the Walla Walla Sweets to open the season, trying to make the playoffs just like last year. Started out with a win and a sweep in the first series to open West Coast League play a year ago. We're right back here in Ridgefield. New opponent, and now back to 0-0 on the season. Well, it'll be Ben Hart on the mound today for the Ridgefield Raptors in the 2022 West Coast League opener. Here's the starting lineups for Ridgefield. Leading off and playing right field is Trent Prokes, batting second, and the shortstop Mikey Kane. Batting third, the catcher is Jacob Sharp with 2 home runs on Wednesday. Batting cleanup, designated hitter Will Chambers. Batting fifth out of University of Portland, right fielder Riley McCarthy. Batting in the 6th hole for Ridgefield and playing first base, Safea Mawai, a home run of his own on Wednesday. Batting 7th, the center fielder Doyle Kane. Batting 8th and playing the hot corner, Steven Espinoza. And batting 9th, the second baseman Nate Kirkpatrick. And as Ben Hart on the mound, he will be facing Michael Rollauer to lead off for Walla Walla. Without a lot of their players and without most of their coaching staff today, due to some good news for them, college success for the coaches. And so they are without their inaugural or their new head coach for the season opener. First pitch from Ben Hart at 6:33 p.m. is popped up, and Kirkpatrick comes in and makes the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out for Ben Hart. And a good start for Ben. And the Raptors, Ben making his first start of the year. He's out of Dixie State University as his designated hitter today. Will Chambers also out of Dixie State. Ben joins him in his debut as a Raptor. Pitched a little bit on Wednesday, pitched 1 inning, scoreless against Cowlitz in the 21-7 victory for the Raptors in the non-league opener. Here's the second batter of the game, Cooper Cross out of Reno, Nevada. Takes a strike in the outside corner to make it 0-1. Second batter of the game. Just getting started. Thanks for joining us. Top of the first inning from the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. This game counts. The Wednesday win did not. Overall record, but not West Coast League record, and that's what matters for the playoffs. As Ben Hart misses outside, it's 1-1 with 1 out and nobody on. Ridgefield wearing the road black uniforms today. A rarity. Wore the home red uniforms for every home game save for 1 last year. Fastball check swing. It's in the zone for strike 2. And it's 1-2 from Ben Hart to Cooper Cross, a high school graduate of IMG Academy. Just graduated, just turned 18 years old. He's committed to Virginia Tech. He's at the plate, left-handed batter against left-handed pitcher. 1 out, nobody on. The 1-2 pitch on the outside edge, strike 3. And Ben Hart gets 2 quick outs on 5 pitches, 2 away in the top of the first. 4-pitch punch out. He'll bring up Leo Rivera. The rest of the order for Walla Walla, after Rollauer and Cross both got out, Leo Rivera's up. Jacob Marquez would be up next. Garrett Runyon bats 5th. It's Joey Craig in the 6th hole, the catcher. William Fwenning the 2nd in right field, batting 7th. Then it's Andrew Bond and Rowan Ramsey batting 8th and 9th for the Sweets. They do not have all their position players coming in, not even close. I believe they only have 9 guys available. They have to bat a pitcher today. Andrew Bond is their starting pitcher. A strike to make it 1-1. Bases empty, 2 down. And so they'll have a two-way player. Andrew Bond was not a two-way player at his college this year, but he's hitting today in the 8-hole. Swing and a miss for strike 2. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Leo Rivera with 2 outs and the bases empty here in the top of the first. A little bit wet today in Ridgefield. It was raining a bit during pregame and kind of sprinkling off and on as we go here early in the game. Might see that for a lot of the contest today and over the weekend, in fact. Here's the 1-2 from Denhart. Curveball that slapped through the left side. The diving Mikey Kane can't get in front of it. And it rolls to the left fielder, Riley McCarthy. A base hit for Leo Rivera. A 2-out single. And Rivera is aboard for the first base runner of this ball game. So Walla Walla without their head coach, the new head coach, Brandon Van Horn, hired in the offseason to be the skipper for the Sweets, but he is not with the team today for what would have been his debut as the Sweets coach, and it's a good thing. He's an assistant coach with New Mexico State University, and the Aggies made an improbable run through the Western Athletic Conference tournament and won the championship to earn an automatic NCAA berth, so they're playing in the Corvallis Regional. They're facing Oregon State tonight in about 23 minutes, so he's with New Mexico State. The first pitch is strike from Ben Hart to Jacob Marquez. Runner on first, 2 outs. Top of the first inning, no score. So Coach Van Horn still with his college team, and he'll join the Sweets once their season comes to an end. Foul back to make it 0-2. New Mexico State, the 4 seed there, and most people would expect him to lose 2 games, be eliminated by tomorrow. But then again, people didn't expect him to make the NCAA tournament, and here they are. So they're playing down the road couple of hours and facing the top seed and 3 overall seed in the nation and the Oregon State Beavers tonight. Foul ball to keep the count 0-2 to Jacob Marquez out of Lewis Clark State. Talk about postseason success. They made the NAIA World Series, did the Warriors, including Eli Schubert, pitcher from last year, and expected to come back to Ridgefield this year. Shuby and the Warriors played in the national championship game today, this morning. A poke foul for Marquez, who is from Lewis Clark State. Didn't play a lot this year and joined Walla Walla before Lewis Clark State's season was done. He wasn't on the final roster there, wasn't going to play, so he joined Walla Walla early, and then Lewis Clark just lost today in the national championship. It was supposed to be yesterday, had to play an extra game after Lewis Clark State beat Southeastern to force a final game, and had to continue it this morning. A ground ball on the 0-2 pitch, cutting it off is the third baseman Espinoza. A throw a little bit wide, but a good play by Safea Mawai to keep his cleat on the bag for the 5-3 putout, and that ends the inning. A pop out, a strikeout, a single, and a ground out. And it's a scoreless first inning for Ben Hart and the Ridgefield Raptors. When we come back, Trent Prokes will lead off for Ridgefield in the bottom of the first inning. It's the Walla Walla Sweets, no score, and Ridgefield coming up.
Hey baseball fans, after the game visit A, the area's premier gaming, dining, entertainment, and meeting destination. A is a proud supporter of the Ridgefield Raptors and the perfect place to meet up with friends after a Raptors win for dinner, drinks, and great times. Keep the fun and excitement going after the 9th inning and grab beers at Tom's Urban, or enjoy a perfectly cooked porterhouse at Michael Jordan's Steakhouse. With 100,000 square feet of gaming space, 15 different restaurants, bars, and retail outlets to choose from, A has just what you need to turn your night at the ballgame into a night you won't forget. A, just off I-5 at exit 16, ILANIresort.com.
The Ridgefield Raptors are back, where the entire family can watch top-level college baseball players live at the Rourke. Now, kids 12 and under get in free with a paid adult for all Sunday afternoon Raptors games. Enjoy local Southwest Washington baseball with the whole family this summer. Sunday games are at 105 and are presented by Peace Health and the Columbian. Come cheer on your Ridgefield Raptors all season long. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Half an inning from the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex on a somewhat blustery, little bit wet day. It's Walla Walla going scoreless in the top of the first, and Ridgefield coming up in the home half of the first inning. Trent Prokes to lead off. Mikey Kane and Jacob Sharp will follow in the bottom of the first inning. Did not see a lot of rain last year in Ridgefield. Never did have a delay for a Ridgefield game. There was only one rain delay all season long, and that was in a road game in Yakima And even that game still got played, about a half-hour delay. Never really had rain. I don't even remember even a single day where it was raining a little bit during the game that they planned to play through. All of last summer, if I'm not forgetting any particular games. And no delay here today either. It's not raining that much. Just a little sprinkle. And the kids still running around, and a few umbrellas out and slickers and all that, but the players are unfazed. And Trent Prokes to lead off. No score, bottom of the first against Walla Walla, and their pitcher Andrew Bond, right-hander out of College of Southern Idaho. First pitch from Bond, down and away. Not Andrew Vaughn, not the first-round pick out of Cal, and now plays for the Chicago White Sox. This is Andrew Bond with a B, not Vaughn. He's from Las Vegas, 6'2", 195-pounder. First pitch down and away for ball one. Pokes swings at the second pitch, a high chopper that gets over the third baseman's head. Marquez took a step in, had a bounce over him, and dribbles into left field for a base hit. And Trent Prokes leads off the bottom of the first inning with a bouncer for a single into left field. Landed just a few feet in front of home plate, and by the next time it got to the ground, it was into the outfield for a base hit for Trent Prokes, who had three hits on Wednesday and the season opener. This is the first league game, so Ridgefield 0-0 in West Coast League standings. This one matters. 48 games in league. Every one counts from here on out, save for a couple games against non-West Coast League opponents. A ball high and away to Mikey Kane. It's 1-0. Runner on first, no score. Bottom of the first inning. Ridgefield made the playoffs last year, going 26-22, a three-way tie, and Ridgefield had the tiebreaker, so every game counted. One more loss would have left Ridgefield out of the playoffs. 1-0 pitch to Mikey Kane, down and away. Mikey played a role late in that stretch, came on August 3rd, his first game for Ridgefield, joining from a different collegiate summer league out in Kansas. Joined Ridgefield late, helped push the Raptors to the playoffs for the first time. Ridgefield's second season last year, had not made the playoffs in 2019. Mikey Kane, an inside-out swing, and pokes it into right field for another single. Two straight base hits for the Raptors to open up the bottom of the first inning. And Mikey Kane follows Trent Prokes with a single of his own. This one to right field. And that'll bring up Jacob Sharp, the home run slugger, who had two dingers on Wednesday on his first two swings, and they both left the yard to straightaway center field. Wasn't done yet. His third swing was for a double that nearly got out, got to the wall. And he went 3 for 4 in the ball game, the right-hand hitting catcher. And Jacob Sharp. Runners in first and second for the Raptors, nobody out. Here comes Bond, a check swing and a strike on Jacob Sharp. His fourth at-bat, he finally did swing a few times without much productivity. Like I said, the first three at-bats, he got home run, double on those first three swings for the Fullerton College player. 0-1 offering is a strike. 0-2 the count, and a throw back from the catcher that gets by Andrew Bond, but the runners do not advance. Shortstop Rollauer covering and gets it back to Andrew Bond. A little bit wet of a baseball, but Bond dealing with it. Runners in first and second, nobody out. Jacob Sharp in his fourth at-bat fouled off 4 pitches and then finally struck out. So even that at-bat, still a sturdy one for Jacob Sharp. That's third and playing catcher today for Ridgefield. Here's the 0-2 to Sharp, well outside, and snagged by Runyon, the catcher. 1 ball and 2 strikes, bottom of the first inning. And the West Coast League opener. Our home plate umpire today, Trey Anashanslin, and in the field is Kirk Boardway, our umpiring crew today. On a Friday evening affair, tomorrow also getting started at 6:35, Sunday 1:05 to close out the home series opener. 1-2 pitch, Sharp fouls it away to stay alive with nobody out, still in the bottom of the first inning. Runners in first and second for the Ridgefield Raptors, facing Walla Walla to open up this regular season. The Raptors closed the regular season last year against the Sweets in Walla Walla. Played a home and away series against the Sweets last summer. Here's the 1-2 to Sharp, high and away, ball 2, 2-2. It was a north-south matchup last year. There's 2 divisions in the West Coast League. There were 10 teams in the league last year, expanded to 16 teams this year. Still 2 divisions, so 2 groups of 8 this year, 2 groups of 5 a summer ago. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Sharp on the inside, just too far in, ball 3. And a full count to Jacob Sharp. with the Canadian teams coming in. There's 5 Canadian teams this year, but they were not here last year, so the North needed more teams. So Walla Walla played in the Northern Division, and then they returned to the Southern Division. So this is a South versus South matchup here. Here's the payoff. Jacob Sharp swings over it for strike 3, and Andrew Bond gets a punch out on a full count pitch, 1 away, and the bottom of the first. No score, 2 on for the Raptors, and it's Will Chambers to the plate. Jacob Sharp may have had 2 home runs on Wednesday, but Will Chambers still a big home run slugger. All-time leader. Well, led the league last year with 9 home runs. Michael Hicks had 9 back in 2019, so they're tied in Ridgefield history, and Will's first home run will give him the lead. Here's a pitch off the glove of Runyon. I'm going to call that a pass ball, personally. I think Cage agrees. Puts the runners in second and third. As Trent Prokes into third base, Mikey Kane, the runner, now in scoring position at second. And Will Chambers has a big RBI opportunity. Will Chambers, 9 home runs last year, more than any other player in the West Coast League. And then transferred to Dixie State for this year. 1-0 pitch is just off the plate, 2-0. I think he knew it. Well, I know he knew it. I asked him yesterday, a pop quiz, Will, how many players in the West Coast League had more home runs than you last year? And I knew he knew the answer, but he said none, which was correct. He's aiming for that same title this year. Here's the 2-0, outsides, 3-0. Now, he had a question. If I have the lead again, if I lead the West Coast League in home runs again, does Ridgefield automatically retire my jersey, or... I said, I don't know, Will. I'm not in charge of that, but I'll put my vote in for that. I'd like to see that. Here's a 3-0. It's outside for ball 4, and Will Chambers starts out this game just like he did on Wednesday with a walk in his first plate appearance. That loads the bases for Riley McCarthy. 1 out in the first. No score yet. Between the Raptors and the Sweets, on deck is Safea Mawai. And Riley McCarthy, the batter, had a pinch hit opportunity on Wednesday. Did not start the game. Came in to play outfield. And had a pinch hit RBI double in the 6th inning against Cowlitz 2 nights ago. Now he's got a bases loaded situation, swings on a pitch on the inside corner and does not get a piece of it. 0-1 to the Portland Pilot. Ended up going 1 for 2 in the ballgame Wednesday. Had that pinch hit RBI double in the 6th inning when Ridgefield scored 8 runs that frame on 9 hits. 8 runs and didn't need any errors by the Cowlitz defense to score them. Just hitting. 0-1 pitch, and same spot, same result, swing and a miss. It's 0-2 from Andrew Bond. Pitched for College of Southern Idaho this spring at a 5.78 ERA in 4 appearances. All right, excuse me, that was 5.78 ERA for Walla Walla last year. I had 4 appearances for the Sweets a year ago. Here's the 0-2 to McCarthy. It's just above the belt for ball 1. Bases loaded. 1 out, bottom of the first inning. Walla Walla did not score in the top half of the first inning. And Riley McCarthy, a chance for the first RBI of the ball game. If he doesn't get it, perhaps Safea Mawai could do it. He had the first RBI on Wednesday, first RBI of the season for Ridgefield. Here's the 1-2. McCarthy swings and does not get it. Strike 3. And Andrew Bond has 2 punch-outs in the inning. The bases are still loaded, but 2 down for Safea Mawai. First baseman today started in left field on Wednesday. Had the RBI in the first inning to get Ridgefield on the board and cut into the deficit. Cowlitz scored in the first inning. Ridgefield was down until the 2nd inning and then blew it open. Ended up winning 21-7 on Wednesday. See if they can get on the board early again. Here's Mawai, and he takes a pitch. Generous strike call from Trey Anashanslin, home plate umpire. 0-1 the count. Mawai not only had that base hit in the first inning for an RBI, he had a home run later in the game. 3-run bomb to left center field. Here's the 0-1 to Safea. Swings and lines it towards right center. It'll get down for a base hit. It'll score at least 2. It'll roll all the way to the wall. Mikey King comes around from second. They're waving Will Chambers around. He's going to try to score from first, and the speedster gets all the way home. It's a bases clearing double for Safea Mawai. And the Raptors lead it 3-0. Will Chambers was laboring a bit around third base. Those knees aren't quite what they used to be, but they were good enough And Mawai laces a ball that landed in shallow right center, and on the slick outfield turf, it got all the way to the wall in right center field. And it's 3 RBIs and a double for Safea Mawai. He's now got 4 RBIs Wednesday, 3 more today, as Doyle Kane's the batter, fouls one off his hip on the bounce. And it's 0-1. 2 outs, a 3-run double for Safea Mawai. Talked to him today in the dugout, said his dad was watching and sent him the video of his home run. Clipped it and sent him the video of it, of all the games on YouTube, obviously, if you're just listening right now. Also got the video on YouTube. And his dad, a lot of family were watching back from Hawaii. He's from Hilo. And gets a double here in the West Coast League opener. So these stats will count. The Wednesday non-league games will not count for the official stats. But that 3-run double, that'll be in the books for Safea Mawai, his first hit as a Raptor in West Coast League play. And a pretty good non-league start on Wednesday for him with 2 hits, a home run, a single, and now a 3-run double. Pitch down and away to Doyle Kane. It's 1-1. 2 outs, 3-run lead for the Raptors in the first inning. Mawai, the runner at second base, with Ramsey holding him on or near the bag. Here's the 1-1 to Doyle Kane. Does catch the outside corner for strike 2. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Doyle Kane. His younger brother Mikey scored from second on that double. Trent Prokes had scored from third, and Will Chambers got all the way around from first and scored with 2 outs. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 3 runs on 3 hits so far this inning. Here's the 1-2 offering on the outside edge, and Doyle Kane strikes out. Andrew Bond strikes out the side in the first inning, but not without damage. Safea Mawai delivers the first blow. A 3-run double for Mawai. And through 1 inning of play, it's the Ridgefield Raptors 3, and the Walla Walla Sweets yet to score. Stay with us on the Ridgefield Raptors live stream.
Are you looking for a career that's team-oriented with great pay and great benefits? Then look no further than C-Tran. We're looking for individuals to join our team. We offer paid vacations, holidays, and sick days, plus exceptional medical and dental coverage, educational assistance, a paid fitness program, cruise retirement, and so much more. Be a part of C-Tran's diverse family, where we put the care back in career. Check us out at c-tran.com/careers.
Holt Homes is proud to be a local builder. We embrace all that is special about Oregon and Southwest Washington. The natural beauty of the landscape, the dynamic climate, the community that brings us together. It's why we live and build in this place that we love. Holt Homes, built for the Pacific Northwest. Find home today at holtpnw.com.
Start for the Ridgefield Raptors. Scored in the first inning both games so far this season. This time around, a 3-run first inning. All 3 RBIs credited to Safea Mawai after Ridgefield scored 21 runs on Wednesday. Talked with a few of the pitchers after the game, and they said, they were first-year Raptors, they said, is this what it's always like? Do we always get this much run support? If the hitters give us 21 runs every game, it's going to be pretty easy to pitch in Ridgefield. I can't promise 21 runs, but it's a good start. We head to the second inning. Ben Hart on the mound for Ridgefield, continuing his start. And a first pitch strike to Garrett Runyon, the catcher today for Walla Walla. If Ben Hart makes 1 out in this inning, he will make the longest appearance of the season so far for Ridgefield. His second pitch is popped up off Runyon's bat. It's 0-2. Every pitcher for Ridgefield on Wednesday threw 1 inning. 9 pitchers, 9 innings. You can do the math. 9 divided by 9. And so nobody went further than 1. Ben Hart getting the start today. And we'll try to go at least 1 1/3. Next pitch is hit high to center field, not too deep. Doyle Kane took a step back, now a step over, and makes the catch in left center field. 1 away on a fly out to center field. Joey Craig, the batter. And there is 1 1/3 inning so far for Ben Hart, left-hander out of Dixie State. Ridgefield's plan was to pitch 9 different guys on Wednesday. get everyone a chance to throw and not tax anybody too much, and then allow one of those guys to start Friday. And they said whichever guy throws the fewest pitches, that'll be the game of sorts, and whatever guy's most ready, most fresh, whoever threw the fewest, will start Friday. A swinging strike on Joey Craig to make it 0-1. 1 out, nobody on. 3-0 lead for the Raptors, top of the second. Ben Hart threw one scoreless inning on Wednesday. Fly ball down the right field line and foul by a few feet. It's 0-2 with 1 out. Ben Hart only threw 10 pitches. Was helped out by a batter interference call on an attempted steal that turned into a double play, so he only faced 3 batters. But here's the problem. He wasn't the only pitcher to only throw 10 pitches. And so there were 2 guys eligible to start by Ridgefield's own little game on who would start for Friday. The 0-2 offering is high and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Base is empty. Top of the second inning. I believe it was Chandler DeYoung, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it was Chandler who also threw 10 pitches on Wednesday's game. Here's the 1-2, wave and a miss. And Ben Hart gets out number 2 via a strikeout. Joey Craig down swinging. And 2 away with the bases empty in the second inning. It'll be William Fwenning the second who will bat next. 3-0 lead for the Raptors. So Chandler DeYoung and Ben Hart had both thrown 10 pitches on Wednesday. And so they were both, which one's going to start? And the coaches had said whatever pitcher throws the fewest pitches in Wednesday's game will start Friday. And so the tiebreaker, if you will, went to best strike-to-ball ratio. And Ben Hart had thrown the most strikes out of those 10 pitches. And so he gets the start today. I'm guessing Chandler will still pitch, the young thrower out of San Diego Christian. Ben Hart deals a strike to open up this at-bat against William Fwenning, the right fielder today out of Scottsdale, Arizona. Checks his swing on the second pitch and did go around. And it's strike 2. 0-2 with 2 outs. Ben Hart a chance for a 1-2-3 inning. Had a scoreless first frame. Did give up a single, but stranded him there at first base. Here's the 0-2 with 2 down. Half swing, he went around, and Ben Hart gets 2 straight strikeouts, and he goes 1-2-3 in the second inning. Through an inning and a half from Ridgefield, it's the Raptors 3, and the Walla Walla Sweets yet to score.
At Eden Health, our commitment is to caring. We recognize the importance of caring for others, and we consider it a privilege. We are committed to addressing our patients' specific needs, providing hands-on care and services, helping families through tough situations, and supporting our fellow employees. We listen, build relationships, and go above and beyond to create meaningful experiences throughout our continuum of care. Whether you find yourself a patient to any of the Eden Health services lines or you become part of our team, you will notice the Eden Health difference.
By the Ridgefield Raptors today, scoring 3 in the bottom of the first inning, and the Raptors back at it to try to add on to the lead. Bottom of the second from the Roar. A little bit wet conditions. It doesn't slow down Ridgefield offensively. And how about Wednesday's performance in the season opener? Doesn't count for the league standings, but oh man, Ridgefield wish it does, considering the beatdown they put on the Cowlitz Black Bears Wednesday night. 21-7 the final score for Ridgefield. 22 hits, 3 home runs in that ball game, 6 doubles. The Raptors did not commit an error on defense. It was the most runs in a Raptors game ever. Broke the record in Ridgefield Raptors history. I started keeping track in the record book last year, went through all the box scores and made a list and of all the games, most records, most runs, most hits, all that sort of stuff, and looked back through it and said, yeah, actually, that's the most. Now, it's not a league game, so I'll put an asterisk next to it. But 21 runs is the most. It's not only the most in the Raptors game, it's easily the most. The previous record set and tied last year against Walla Walla, the team Ridgefield's playing today. The Raptors scored 17 runs against the Sweets in the first game against Walla Walla last year here at the Rourke. And Ridgefield got even more than that on the first game of this season. 21 runs, most games ever. And considering that was the 104th game in Ridgefield history. This is the 105th West Coast League game. If you include non-league games, which Wednesday was, that was the 121st game in Raptors history, a team that has existed since 2019. Here's the bottom of the second inning, beginning with Steven Espinoza facing Andrew Bond. Swings over a pitch down and in. Just leading off the bottom of the second, 3-0 lead for the Ridgefield Raptors here at the Rourke. I'm Josh Warden. Glad that you're with us on the Raptors live stream. Ball down and away to make it 1-1 on the 88-mile-an-hour toss from Andrew Bond. Mentioned those games between Ridgefield and Walla Walla last year. The Raptors sweeping Walla Walla here at the Rourke a year ago. A ball inside, 2-1 the count to Espinoza. Walla Walla took one of the 3 games over in Walla Walla to close the regular season last year. It was the opening games of each of those series when Ridgefield showed their mettle. Swing and a miss to make it 2-2. Ridgefield scoring 17 runs, like I mentioned, in the home opener of that series. Then on the road, although they split the first couple games, they had scored 15 runs in the opener of the road series in Walla Walla. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Espinoza. Pop foul behind first base, and it'll get out of play. So between the opening games of the series against Walla Walla, 2 series last year, just the first game of each of those series, the Raptors scored 32 runs between those 2 games. And here we are today in another opening game of a series against Walla Walla, and the Raptors scoring 3 runs in the first inning. That's a good start. At this rate, they'll score 24, assuming they don't need to bat in the bottom of the ninth. If they'd scored 24, I hope they wouldn't need to bat in the bottom of the ninth. And I'm sure it won't be that number, I would presume. A ball to make it 3-2 to Espinoza. Full count to the leadoff man in the bottom of the second. Here's the payoff. It's inside, and Espinoza works a leadoff walk for the San Jose State Spartan and begins the second inning in good style. It'll be Nate Kirkpatrick up next out of St. Mary's College, and the 5'11", 190-pound infielder has a man on first with nobody out in the second inning. 3-0 the advantage. The Raptors ahead in the West Coast League opener. Both of those series against Walla Walla were late in the season last year, including the season-ending series, closing the regular season. A ball high to Kirkpatrick. It's 1-0. The first series ended on August 1st. Started out the last couple days in July, so even that series was pretty late for a season that ended second week of August. 1-0 the count to Kirkpatrick, to Seamer. That dots the outside corner. And it's 1-1. Runner on first, nobody out. Bottom of the second inning, 3-0 lead for the Raptors. Trent Prokes is on deck for Ridgefield to turn the lineup over when he comes up. Here's the 1-1 from Andrew Bond. It's slapped foul off the bat of Nate Kirkpatrick. Down the line to right field. On a cloudy day here in Southwest Washington. Back at it tomorrow at 6:35. And a 1:05 start Sunday. All Sunday games 1:05. And all other games 6:35 p.m. Go to Canada next week for the first road trip of the year. 2 series, one in Kelowna, one in Nanaimo. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Kirkpatrick. Low, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kelowna coming back to the league after a 2-year hiatus. Nanaimo joining the league. New team up in British Columbia. Espinoza takes his lead from first. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Kirkpatrick takes a hack at it. Did he get a piece of it? And home plate umpire Trey Anashanzlin gives a late foul call. Kirkpatrick said he got a piece of it. And Espinoza running to second as if that was strike 3 and a drop third strike. I thought Kirkpatrick did clip that one foul, and that ultimately is the call. But home plate umpire did not immediately rule foul until Kirkpatrick said, hey, I got a piece of that, and I think he was right. So it stays the count at 2-2. Runner on first, no outs. Bond comes set at the hip, throws and a pitch a bit inside, and a swing and a miss. Did not get a piece of it, and he's going to reach first. It bounces out of the glove of Runyon, and with the runner on first, he's out, but the runner from first does advance to second. That's a dead ball. Drop third strike is not a live, well, it's a live ball, but Kirkpatrick will not reach first. With a runner on first and less than 2 outs, he is out. But Espinoza can advance to second on a pass ball, and so that's exactly what he does. But the catcher does not need to throw down to first on that play since there was already a runner on first. So Espinoza to second, Kirkpatrick strikes out, and Prokes the batter. 1 out, runner in scoring position for the Raptors, who already lead 3-0. Prokes left-hand hitter out of Modesto Junior College and watches a ball outside to make it 1-0. Last year, Walla Walla, like I mentioned, played Ridgefield twice late in the season, and the Sweets were stumbling a bit towards the end of the year. They ended up going 15-33 on the summer a year ago. 1-0 pitch, and Prokes a chopper over the mound. It'll get to second base. Ramsey coming in. A quick throw to first is in time. Oh, I thought Prokes was safe at first, and the call of out is made. Prokes comes back to first, and he's going to stay at first, at least for a moment. I wish there was replay review for this one. I thought he was safe easily. Maybe not easily, but certainly safe. And Chris Cota is going to come out to chat with Kirk Boardway, the field umpire. A late out call on Trent Prokes. And Chris Cota comes all the way out near the mound to talk with Boardway, who sticks with his call. Out, and Trent Prokes is retired on a ground out. It does advance the runner Espinoza to third, what I thought was an infield single. But it'll go down as a 4-3 putout. 2 down, second inning. Still a 3-0 lead for the Raptors, but now a ground ball or fly ball could not score a run. At least not by the RBI ground out method. I mean, a ground ball through the infield, surely, would score the run. Mikey Kane tries to do just that. A line drive to the shortstop. He short hops it and throws wide. Mikey Kane safe at first, and Espinoza scores on a throwing error by the shortstop. Rollauer fielded it cleanly on a short hop, did not make the catch on the line drive. It landed half an inch in front of his glove, so he had to throw to first and threw wide. E6 on the play, and Mikey Kane, although he doesn't get credit for an RBI, reaches first safely, and Espinoza scores. It's 4-0 Raptors. The second inning continues with Jacob Sharp at the plate. Mikey Kane reaching on an error, and he almost turned to second. In fact, he turned to the left and kind of took half a step towards second, but got back to first. A called strike on Jacob Sharp to make it 0-1. It's a dangerous play, and players are oftentimes instructed, don't turn to the left. When you run through the bag at first base, if you turn to the left, it'll make it look like you're making an attempt to second base, and then you're live. Here's the runner going. Kane read it easily, and he will get to second, but on a hit by pitch. Jacob Sharp gets plunked in the back. And Mikey Kane had that one read like a book. He was running well before Bond went into his motion. And he was going to get a stolen base and a half on that one. And now he will not get credit for a steal because Jacob Sharp was hit. And now there's runners on first and second. 2 outs, Will Chambers at the plate. The other problem, though, Mikey Kane actually might have not gotten credit for a steal. He would have beaten the throw by a mile to second, but he slid in, and with the slick turf, he slid about a full body's length past second. So if the catcher had thrown accurately, he might have been tossed out on the slide if he had not held on to second, but didn't have to worry about it since the hit by pitch, a dead ball, and advances him into scoring position. Will Chambers takes a ball, 1-0 the count, 2 outs, 2 on, a 4-0 advantage for the Raptors, second inning. Will Chambers thinks about taking a hack at the 1-0 pitch. It's just outside 2-0. Chambers walked and scored last inning as the Raptors brought up 7 batters to the plate, scored 3 of them. Stranded 1 at second base. Chambers at the plate, Riley McCarthy on deck. Chambers turns away from the 2-0. Just nabs the down and inside corner. And it's 2-1. 2 outs, 2 on. Big leads from both bases for Sharp from first. Kane, a more modest lead at second. Neither of them held on. Sharp, a huge lead from first with the first baseman Rivera behind the bag. The 2-1 is down to Chambers. 3-1 the count to Will Chambers, who had 3 hits on Wednesday and a walk. 2 singles, a double, had 3 RBIs in the contest as the designated hitter reprises his role as the DH today. And has an action count here with 3-1 coming. Takes low, ball 4. The bases are loaded, and Chambers has walked twice today. This one pushes the bases full, and Riley McCarthy with his second at-bat today, both of them with the bases loaded.
Number 37, Riley
Riley McCarthy, the batter. He ended up striking out in the first inning with the bases loaded, but Safea Mawai had his back. With 2 outs, Mawai came up and finished the job with a 3 RBI double. So McCarthy didn't have to feel too bad about his strikeout. Now he's got a second shot at things with the bases loaded and gets ahead with a ball down and away. It's 4-0, Ridgefield ahead in this contest, second inning. McCarthy's ahead 1-0, 2 down in the frame. Outfield playing straight up to Riley McCarthy, right-handed batter. Swings and chops one foul over the head of Chris Cota, head coach, wearing a sweatshirt in the third base coaching box. Not frigid, but a little rainy. It's a little cooler than it will be next week. Real nice temperatures on tap next week, but unfortunately, that's the week Ridgefield's gone up in Canada. But there'll be plenty more nice weather throughout the summer. Here's the 1-1 to McCarthy. It's high, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Riley McCarthy, the right fielder today. .6'1", 215-pounder. This one he dribbles foul. I believe it caught a piece of his foot and rolls in fair territory, but a dead ball. And now 2 strikes and Riley McCarthy. 2 outs, bases loaded for the Raptors. Trying to break the game open in the second inning against Walla Walla. Sweets still have a lot of players coming in. This roster will look a lot different a couple of weeks from now. A lot of guys on 10-day contracts waiting for players to come in from their colleges. Raptors trying to take advantage and get a few wins this series. Here's the 2-2 to McCarthy out in front of it. Did a good job to get a piece and slap it foul. A bit fooled on the changeup, but worked with it and stays alive with a foul ball. Keeps it a 2-2 count, 2 outs. Bases loaded for Riley McCarthy. And the bottom of the second inning. Ridgefield already scoring 1 this frame. This inning could have been over 3 batters ago. Mikey Kane with 2 outs. Hit a line drive to the shortstop that bounced into the glove of Rollauer. Made a clean play to snag it, but the throw went awry. Scored 1 run. And then a hit by pitch and a walk after that. The 2-2 pitch bounces away from the catcher, gets to the backstop. The runners will stay. Mikey Kane, knowing it wasn't going to get that far away from home, holds at third. Jacob Sharp went about halfway to third and was able to get back to second base. That does make the count full. The base is loaded, 2 outs. Can Walla Walla get out of it, keep the margin somewhat small, or is Ridgefield going to really put some serious distance between themselves and the Sweets? Full count, 2 outs, bases loaded. Here comes Andrew Bond, and it is on the outside corner. Leaves the bases loaded as Andrew Bond strikes out McCarthy looking. And the Raptors will have to be content with 1 run in the second inning. We head to the third. It's the Raptors 4. And the Walla Walla Sweets yet to score from the Rourke.
C-Tran is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, plus regional and express service to Portland. And now you can ride the current C-Tran's new on-demand service operating in Ridgefield and other areas. So leave the driving to us. C-Tran will take you out to the ball game and anywhere else you need to go. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise.
Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to welcome everyone back to support our Ridgefield Raptors. Just in time for warm summer nights with family and friends, lounging on the lawn, or eating dogs in the stands. Feels good to be back. In business for over 70 years, Dick Hanna Dealerships is a local, family-owned business with locations in Vancouver, Kelso, and Portland. Choose from thousands of cars and 12 new car brands. Experience nice in the car business. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Now play ball.
Well, Ben Hart has tossed 2 scoreless innings for the Ridgefield Raptors, and his start continues on opening day in the West Coast League for Ridgefield. A few games had already occurred last few days around the league, but this is sort of the unofficial start as every team is in action. That means 8 games going on today. One exception to that, a postponement, I believe due to weather. Portland and Bellingham push their game to tomorrow. But other than that, every single one of the 16 teams, I take that back. One other game got postponed. Victoria and Kelowna will play tomorrow. Both those games at 4 o'clock. But okay, other than that, all the other teams around the league are playing, which would make this essentially the biggest day in West Coast League history in terms of both teams playing. Since this is the first time the league has ballooned to 16 teams. It formerly was 12, went down to 10 due to COVID, and then gets back to 16 with the 2 Canadian teams returning, plus 3 more, plus Springfield. We go to the top of the 3rd inning, a 4-0 lead for the Ridgefield Raptors, and Ben Hart begins the 3rd with a ball high and outside to Andrew Bond, the pitcher and two-way player today for the Walla Walla Sweets. Right-hand hitting pitcher. Swings and hits one foul. Decent-looking swing for the College of Southern Idaho Eagle. Got a 7.75 ERA for the Eagles this year. Did not have an at-bat. He, as far as I can tell, is not a two-way player, but Walla Walla does not have a sufficient number of position players to DH any of them, so he's hitting for himself. 1-1 pitch is a strike. Through 38 innings for CSI. College of Southern Idaho went 40-19 this year. Good squad. And he did not hit this year. Now here he is with an at-bat. 1-2 pitch, swings and misses, strike 3. And Ben Hart gets a strikeout to begin the 3rd inning, his 3rd consecutive punch-out. He's got 4 strikeouts on the day. And the 4-0 lead intact so far. Bottom of the 3rd inning continues with, top of the 3rd inning continues with Rowan Ramsey up next. Second baseman, plays for University of Portland. His college teammate Riley McCarthy is manning left field today. So should Rowan Ramsey pull a ball to left, he'd hit one to his college teammate. A called strike to open up the at-bat. 0-1 the count. 1 out, nobody on. 4-0 the advantage for the Ridgefield Raptors. Ben Hart, who works out of the stretch at all times, working from the 3rd base side of the rubber. Fastball at 89 miles an hour, popped up into shallow right center field. Going back is Kirkpatrick, and the second baseman gets under it, makes the grab, 2 away. Stops the string of strikeouts at 3 in a row, but it is still an out, and Ben Hart has retired the final 6 batters of the order. Through 1 time through the lineup, he gives up 1 single and nothing else. Strikes out 4, retires 8 of the 9. And now will face leadoff man Michael Rollauer with 2 outs in the 3rd. Rollauer popped up to the second baseman. This time he swings at the first pitch, hits it high to left center field, not too deep. Doyle Kane on a run. And Doyle makes the jogging catch. Had to cover a lot of ground to get there. And had a good jump on the ball for a guy who didn't play in the outfield in college this year. He was a first baseman. You wouldn't know it by the way he made that play and catches the fly ball. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Ben Hart and the Ridgefield defense. We are through the top of the 3rd inning. We head to the bottom half of inning number 3. The Raptors ahead 4-0 from Southwest Washington.
This is WSU Vancouver, Southwest Washington's only 4-year research university. Whether in person or via distance delivery, WSU Vancouver offers high-quality education and an employer-respected degree. You'll get a small school feel in the kind of place where you know you matter. Here, you'll get personalized education that brings out the best in you and inspires you to achieve your highest goals. Now what are you waiting for? Apply today.
A 380 batting average is like using Dawn as your mortgage lender. She has over 30 years rounding the bases to a new home and loves helping families build their dreams. Know anyone buying their first home? Would you like to make a cash offer on your next purchase? Evergreen Home Loans can help with several loan options. Call Dawn today to get started. 360-608-7438. Again, that's 360-608-7438. She would love to send you home. Go Raptors!
Well, Walla Walla's new head coach, Brandon Van Horn, in his first year with the Walla Walla Sweets, is a couple hours south in Corvallis, coaching right now with New Mexico State. They're playing Oregon State right now in the Corvallis Regional in the NCAA Division I baseball tournament. No score in the bottom of the first at Goss Stadium in Coleman Field between the Beavers and the Aggies. Brandon Van Horn's West Coast League team and Walla Walla facing the Ridgefield Raptors here at the Rourke. We head to the bottom of the third inning. And it's Safea Mawai. First pitch in the bottom of the third, and he places it in left field. Nice swing from Safea Mawai to stay inside of that ball and knock it to left field for a base hit. A single to start out the bottom of the third inning. And Safea Mawai is 2 for 2 in the ballgame with a double and a single. And a 3 RBI double in the first inning. Bases loaded. This time the opposite situation, bases empty and no outs. There's bases loaded, 2 outs. This time a leadoff opportunity. He singles, and it's Doyle Kane up next. And right as I speak, Oregon State scores in the Corvallis Regional. They're up 1-0 over Brandon Van Horn. He'll join Walla Walla once New Mexico State's season is done. First-year manager with Walla Walla. He's an assistant coach with NMSU. Doyle Kane watches a strike. 0-1 the count, no outs, runner on first. Andrew Bond still the pitcher and deals low to even the count at 1-1. Brandon Van Horn's counterpart is Chris Cota in the third base coaching box. The actual head coach today for Walla Walla in Brandon Van Horn's stead is Peter Abenanti, the head coach today. Here's the runner going. It's Safea Mawai stealing. The throw after a strike to Kane. He's safe and then came off the bag. Got there ahead of the throw, but slid through the bag and is called out by Kirk Boardway, and Chris Cota is going to come out for a second time to talk with the umpire Boardway. Cota had an issue with an earlier call when Trent Prokes was called out at first on a ground ball that I thought Chris Cota had pretty legitimate beef with. This time, Safea was definitely safe at second. Whether or not he came off the bag for a moment, I don't know. He's kind of pointing back at the second baseman, Ramsey, who made the tag, and I think laughing, joking with a little bit, saying, "You know I was safe." He's called out, and in good fun, has a word or two with the second baseman, all in good terms. And Safea Mawai will go down as a caught stealing, although it was a good break, and if the turf wasn't so wet and he had not slid past the bag, would have gotten his first stolen base of the year. So that's out number 1. Doyle Kane hits one foul. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes, 1 out, bases empty now. Bottom of the third inning, a 4-0 advantage for the Ridgefield Raptors. Here comes Andrew Bond with a 2-strike pitch, low. The count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Andrew Bond pitched against Ridgefield last year. Only played late for Walla Walla, joined the team towards the end of the season out of College of Southern Idaho. And made 4 appearances for the Sweets. 2-2 offering to Kane is down, ball 3. His final appearance as a Sweet last year was against Ridgefield. It was in the opener of the final series. Ridgefield won that game 15-3. Bond, the starter, gave up 3 earned runs in 4 innings, took the loss. Here's the 3-2 to Doyle Kane, takes a big swing and does not get a piece of it for strike 3. And 2 outs with the bases empty here in the third inning. A lot of strikeouts for Andrew Bond. He has given up 4 runs in this game, albeit 3 of them earned, 1 unearned last inning. But he has struck out 6 already, and he's retired 7 batters, 6 of them by strikeout. Only a ground out to second base is the only other out, plus a caught stealing. First pitch to Steven Espinoza. He fouls back. Espinoza walked and scored last inning. Been productive, even not necessarily getting hits. 10 players got a hit on Wednesday against Cowlitz. 0-1 the count to Espinoza, takes a strike. 0-2, 2 outs, 4-0 lead for Ridgefield. Espinoza was the only one who did not get a hit in the starting lineup on Wednesday, but he was still productive. Had a walk, had an RBI sac fly, and today's got a walk and a run scored. Here's the 0-2 to Steven, way high to the backstop. It's 1-2. Espinoza trying to start a 2-out rally here in the third inning. With 2 outs, bottom of the third. 4-0 lead for the Ridgefield Raptors. Mentioned that opener Andrew Bond pitch in the season finale, or last series of the season. Ridgefield won that first game in a blowout, got shut out in the next game to essentially end their playoff hopes except for a small glimmer. Just barely a chance going into the final day. 1-2 pitch. Espinoza rolls over to the shortstop. Rollauer grabs it above his head and throws wild. And that's going to put Espinoza on first. He digs for second. The first baseman throwing to second. Rivera throws it into left field. And that puts Espinoza at second. It's going to be an E6. Put him on second. Just one error on the play. And Espinoza will get to second base on an E6T throwing error. And a two-base error for Steven Espinoza. And the second inning in a row with 2 outs. And I don't blame Rollauer. It's not easy. The ball's wet, and he has committed 2 throwing errors today. But, again, the ball's slick. It's on the wet turf. He has to throw fast. I don't blame him, but he'll get credit for 2 errors. 2 outs, runner on second. And Kirkpatrick, the batter, a little bit out in front of that pitch off the end of the barrel and foul. 0-1 the count, runner on second, 2 away. .40 lead for the Raptors on 4 hits so far. Here's the next pitch to Kirkpatrick. It's down on the, called a strike on the low part of the zone. And it's 0-2. Last inning, Ridgefield scored a run and left the bases loaded without getting a hit on the inning. A walk, a strikeout, a ground out, an error, a hit by pitch, a walk, and then the bases loaded strikeout. 0-2 the count to Kirkpatrick with a runner on second. Fastball takes a big swing and strikes out. Hacking. And Andrew Bond gets yet another strikeout. He is retired 7 by punch-out style. And only one batter has been retired by a non-strikeout variety. But Ridgefield does have a 4-0 lead through 3 innings of play. We head to the 4th from the Rourke. The Raptors in front.
Hey baseball fans, after the game visit A, the area's premier gaming, dining, entertainment, and meeting destination. A is a proud supporter of the Ridgefield Raptors and the perfect place to meet up with friends after a Raptors win for dinner, drinks, and great times. Keep the fun and excitement going after the 9th inning and grab beers at Tom's Urban. Or enjoy a perfectly cooked porterhouse at Michael Jordan's Steakhouse. With 100,000 square feet of gaming space, 15 different restaurants, bars, and retail outlets to choose from, A has just what you need to turn your night at the ballgame into a night you won't forget. A, just off I-5 at exit 16, ILANIresort.com.
The Ridgefield Raptors are back, where the entire family can watch top-level college baseball players live at the Rourke. Now, kids 12 and under get in free with a paid adult for all Sunday afternoon Raptors games. Enjoy local Southwest Washington baseball with the whole family this summer. Sunday games are at 105 and are presented by Peace Health and the Columbian. Come cheer on your Ridgefield Raptors all season long. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Well, through 3 innings of play from the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. As the Walla Walla Sweets, no runs on 1 hit, 2 errors. And the Ridgefield Raptors, 4 runs on 4 hits and no errors for the Raptors. Ben Hart remains in. 3 innings so far for the starting pitcher today for Ridgefield. And he will face the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Sweets. Cooper Cross, Leo Rivera, Jacob Marquez coming up for the Sweets. First pitch of the 4th inning, a fastball, ground ball left side. Espinoza swipes at it, goes past him to the shortstop. Kane throws to first in time. Mikey Kane going away from first base, had to wait a long time for that ball to get to him, and threw a seed to first base after Espinoza took a swipe at it, the third baseman coming in front. And I don't think he even made contact with the ball, trying to short hop it. Kane was unfazed, backing up the play, and I thought by the time the ball got to him, there'd be no chance for an out. I was wrong. Cooper Cross retired 6-3, and Leo Rivera, the batter. 1 away, 4th inning, high and away on the first pitch by Ben Hart. And it's 1-0 to Leo Rivera, native of Seattle, who singled in the first inning, the only player who has gotten a hit today off of Ben Hart. Here's the 1-0, fastball at 88 miles an hour, a strike. And it's 1-1 strike from Ben Hart to the first baseman for the Sweets today, Leo Rivera. Singled to left field in the first inning. 1-1 strike, the pitch is fouled back for 2 strikes on Rivera. Ben Hart and the Raptors wearing the black uniforms today. Ridgefield usually wears these on the road and the maroon ones at home. Switched it up just once last year, wearing the black uniforms at home in a July game against Port Angeles. It's the only time all summer long. 1-2 pitch is down and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The reason was the choice of Eli Schubert, a relief pitcher for Ridgefield last year out of Lewis Clark State, who made the NAIA National Championship game, just lost this morning in the title game. Schubert pitched yesterday in the win to put them into the National Championship game. Did not pitch in the title game itself, so he pitched in the win, but not the championship loss. A ball to load the count to Leo Rivera. 1 out, bases empty, 3-2 from Ben Hart coming. Out of the stretch to Rivera, and a fastball hit high in the air to left field. Playable for McCarthy. Drifts back, now comes back to where he was, takes a step to his right, and ends up a little bit to his left, makes the catch for out number 2. Bases empty, 4-0 lead for the Raptors. Jacob Marquez, the batter, out of Lewis Clark State, where Eli Schubert is from as well. Shuby will come back to the Raptors this year, probably soon, since they just finished their season. And Eli Schubert, in that July 14th game, asked for the Raptors to wear the black jerseys because he was getting married that day. It was his wedding day. Got married right here on the field. As Marquez swings and misses, it's 0-1. And Schubert said, well, the black jerseys look a little more formal, like a tuxedo, so let's wear those. And he got married on the field here in front of all the players and right at home plate to his fiancée-turned-wife, Erin. A swing and a miss from Marquez. It's 0-2 with 2 outs. Base is empty, 4-0 lead for the Raptors. So Schubert went back to Lewis Clark State. Will come back to the Raptors as 1 more year of eligibility next year. Then had a more formal ceremony the next day last year after the wedding here at the field. 0-2 count is high, ball 1. It was the official wedding, though. That was the legal wedding, and then had a ceremony the next day with friends and family. And he also pitched in that game on July 14th last year and left for his honeymoon after the next day. Here's the 1-2 to Marquez, down and in, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 4-0 lead for the Raptors, top of the 4th inning. Marquez out of Lewis Clark State, used to play for Washington State. He's a 6'1 sophomore from Santa Clarita, California. 2-2 offering to him is low, not by much. And a full count to Jacob Marquez. Santa Clarita, location of College of the Canyons, where Chris Cota is the head coach and the head coach for the Ridgefield Raptors. Here's the payoff pitch to Marquez, way inside, just over the shoelaces of the right-handed batter. And so he draws a 2-out walk. It's the first time that Ben Hart has allowed a base runner since 2 outs in the first inning. So Hart goes to the lineup, retires 9 in a row, and nearly struck him out. Then allows a walk. Garrett Runyon, the batter, who flew out to center field in the second inning. A Whitman outfielder, or catcher, from Huntington Beach, California. It's a runner on first, 2 outs, 4-0 lead for the Raptors. Top of the 4th inning. Ben Hart deals a pitch high, 1-0. Mentioned Chris Cota, the head coach, assisted by Nick Allen, and new coach to the staff, Anthony Nasso, pitching coach. He's from Seattle University. He's talking about the game Wednesday with Coach Nasso. 1-0 pitches hit high in the air on the right side. Safea Mawai running over and has almost enough room. Comes back to it. That ball stayed in and falls to the turf. Mawai had a chance at it and could not bring it in on a tough play. Goes down as a foul ball. And 1-1 the count on Garrett Runyon. 2 outs, runner on first, and a 4-0 lead. Mostly it was a good effort by Ridgefield on Wednesday. Did give up 7 runs, but still getting the pitching staff in order and everybody settled into their roles and won the game 21-7. There's one instance where Ridgefield gave up a few runs in the same inning, and it was a 2-out rally. Got the first 2 guys out as Runyon fouls this one back. It's still 1-2 now. 2-out rally, and the guy that got aboard to start it was on a walk. First 2 guys that got out, then a walk, and Coach Nasso told me after the game, I just hate 2-out walks. Can't stand them, and you can see why. Now Ben Hart gives up a 2-out walk this inning and just misses the strikeout there on a 1-2 pitch. Trying to spoil that walk and not make it come back to bite him. He was not the one who was pitching in that inning. Ben Hart wasn't. Had a scoreless frame in his only inning on Wednesday. Now trying for one more scoreless inning. Here's the 2-2 from Ben Hart. Fastball poked into center field in front of Doyle Kane. He has enough time to get there, and he makes the catch on a light jog in from center field. 1 2-out walk does not hurt the Raptors other than a couple extra pitches that Ben Hart needed to throw. And that concludes the top of the 4th inning. The Raptors lead it 4-0 from the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex after another scoreless frame for the Walla Walla Sweets. No hits and 1 left on. We head to the bottom of the 4th when we return on the Raptors live stream.
Are you looking for a career that's team-oriented with great pay and great benefits? Then look no further than C-Tran. We're looking for individuals to join our team. We offer paid vacations, holidays, and sick days, plus exceptional medical and dental coverage, educational assistance, a paid fitness program, cruise retirement, and so much more. Be a part of C-Tran's diverse family, where we put the care back in career. Check us out at c-tran.com/careers.
Holt Homes is proud to be a local builder. We embrace all that is special about Oregon and Southwest Washington. The natural beauty of the landscape, the dynamic climate, the community that brings us together. It's why we live and build in this place that we love. Holt Homes, built for the Pacific Northwest. Find home today at holtpnw.com.
Well, we've got a new pitcher for the Walla Walla Sweets here. We do not have their full roster available. They're getting a lot of their players in, but we'll get the name in just a moment. Walla Walla and Ridgefield here into the bottom of the 4th inning from the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. The Raptors leading at 4-0 from Southwest Washington. 3 RBIs for Safea Mawai in the first inning. And another run tacked on in the second. The Raptors went scoreless in the third, and we are on to the bottom of the 4th. Ben Ortiz is the pitcher for Walla Walla out of Whitman College, which plays their games same field as the Sweets themselves. So we'll stay in Walla Walla. Pitched 20 innings for the Blues of Whitman College. Allowed an average of 260 in his games this year. For the right-hander, who has spent 4 years at Whitman. And from Walla Walla High School. So he will face the top of the order for the Raptors. Trent Prokes to lead off, followed by Mikey Kane and Jacob Sharp. All of whom who have reached at least once so far today. 3rd time through the order for the Raptors bats. Bottom of the 4th inning. 4-0 lead for Ridgefield. Prokes takes a called strike from Ben Ortiz. Who pitches out of the stretch at all times, looking into his battery mate, Garrett Runyon. Here comes Ortiz with a sort of 3/4 arm slot and low delivery. A called strike, an 0-2. Real low torso as he comes down towards the turf and delivers that ball. Right-handed pitcher against left-handed batter. Trent Prokes, who had 3 hits on Wednesday And a single already today is 1 for 2. And really should have been 2 for 2. I think he was safe on the ground out, but in the box score, he's 1 for 2. Takes a ball to make it 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Just starting the bottom of the 4th inning. 4-0 advantage for the Ridgefield Raptors so far on the West Coast League opener. The Raptors 0-0 on the season so far. Same for the Sweets. Here's the 1-2 to Trent Prokes. Breaking ball, slaps at it over the shortstop's head, and a base hit into left field for Trent Prokes, going opposite way on a pitch high in the zone and slaps it to left field. Both of his hits today are to left. One on a chopping ground ball, the other one on a line drive. And now he's 2 for 3 in the ballgame. Mikey Kane is the batter, has reached both times. There's a runner on first with nobody out, bottom of the 4th inning. The Raptors 4, the Sweets 0. Right-handed batter against right-handed pitcher. Here comes Ortiz with a breaker, and it's outside for ball 1. Infield towards double play depth. Roll hour staying a little farther away from the bag to try to close up the gap in the 6 hole if Mikey Kane pulls the ball on the ground that side. Kane has a single through the right side going opposite way earlier today. Want to know the count to Mikey Kane. Curveball that is missing, not by much, and ball 2. And the throw back from Runyon gets through the legs of Ben Ortiz. He'll ask for a new ball. Runner stays at first, and Trent Prokes. 2 balls, no strikes, no outs for Mikey Kane. Did hit a ground ball to the shortstop in his last at-bat. A throwing error allowed a run to score and for Mikey Kane to reach. Ended up getting stranded later that inning. The runner's going here on the 2-0 pitch, and the throw to second to try to get Prokes, and he is safe. And the Raptors have their first stolen base of the 2022 season. Trent Prokes nabs it on a head-first slide into second base. Nearly slid past the bag, but kept his left cleat on there. Safea Mawai had a stolen base in his pocket earlier and slid past the bag. Trent Prokes stays on and steals second base. Mikey Kane, a runner at second for him, a 3-0 count. Nobody out in the 4th. Fastball just off the plate, and Kane walks. And so right after Trent Prokes vacates first base, Mikey Kane fills it up on a 4-pitch walk. And Prokes stays at second. 2 on for Jacob Sharp. Is 0 for 1 today, had a full count in the first inning before striking out, then got hit by a pitch in the second. 2 home runs and a double on Wednesday. Hit the ball to center field a lot. Looks like he has a pro try to hit the ball right back up the middle. 2 home runs over the batter's eye and a double to right center field. Called strike to open the at-bat to Jacob Sharp. Now, to be fair, the ballpark was playing very small on Wednesday. The wind blowing out, relatively warm day, and the ball was just flying all over the yard. The runner's going, 0-1 pitch is outside and no throw. Prokes has third base stolen without a throw. A foot first slide. The runner from first, Kane, stayed at first. As Prokes had that one read and gets into third. He is a heads-up player. He will take anything he can get. I like Trent Prokes and his playing style. He's a gutsy player and reading Ben Ortiz and steals third without a throw. 1-1 the count to Jacob Sharp. Here's Ortiz's slider, outside ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Bottom of the 4th. Raptors ahead 4-0. Will Chambers on deck, who has walked twice. Sharp at the plate with a head in the count 2-1. Nobody out yet. Here comes the next pitch with Mikey Kane going, and a high fly ball to center field. Jacob Sharp runs into one at the top of the wall, and it stays in the yard. Craig had it bounce off his glove and kept it in. It'll score 1 run, and Sharp gets to second on a double. I think Craig may have brought back a home run, but he just didn't make the catch. Joey Craig nabbed that ball at the top of the fence, and that one might have gotten out if he didn't get a piece of it. It still goes down as a double for Jacob Sharp and 1 RBI. As Trent Proke scores from third, tagging, not that he needed to. Mikey Kane, who was stealing on the play, had to make sure that one didn't get caught at the wall and doubled off. And Jacob Sharp gets credit for a double for his first hit in West Coast League play on a ball slammed to left center to the 370 mark. And he nearly left the yard for a third time this week. 2 home runs Wednesday and now in his second game. And just, what is this, 5th at-bat for him? He had home run, double, strikeout. That was his day on Wednesday, 3 for 4. And then was 0 for 1 so far today. So 6 at-bats for Jacob Sharp. And he's got 2 doubles and 2 home runs. Gets an RBI here to put the Raptors up 5-0. Will Chambers is up next. First base is open. The Raptors still have nobody out this inning. Started with a single for Trent Prokes, then a walk and a double. Ben Ortiz tosses a breaking ball outside to Will Chambers. Has walked twice. Wouldn't be surprised if they kind of pitch around him here and load the bases. Not that they want more base runners on, but Will Chambers is looking to drive something. Here's the 1-0, high, ball 2. Will Chambers not a huge fan of singles. He'll take them, but begrudgingly. He wants home runs and doubles, and really more of just the former, to be honest with you. He's looking to put something out of the yard. Runners in second and third. The 2-0 is inside, ball 3. Nobody out, 3-0 count. Does he get the green light from his former college head coach? Will Chambers, who played at College of the Canyons for Chris Cota, then transferred to the D1 level, and now playing Summer League ball for College of the Canyons head coach Chris Cota. Does he give him the green light? Here's the 3-0, and no, he did not give him the green light. Or Will had it but decided not to use it. Either way, a strike right down the middle, and it's 3-1. 2 aboard in scoring position. 5-0 lead for Ridgefield. Bottom of the 4th. Ben Ortiz comes set, looking at third base, and Mikey Kane. Here's the 3-1. Chambers takes a home run swing and fouls it back and runs the count full. Jacob Sharp, the runner at second, reaching on a double that either would have hit the top of the wall or gone out if not for Joey Craig, who leaped up and nearly made a home run saving catch, brought the ball back in but did not hold on to it, landed at the warning track. Pushed Mikey Kane to third. Here's Will Chambers with a payoff pitch. He slams it to right field. Will Chambers towards the bullpen and into the bullpen for a 3-run home run. Will Chambers is now the Ridgefield Raptors home run leader in his career. His 10th home run as a Raptor, his first this year, and the Raptors lead at 8-0. 3-run home run for Will the Thrill Chambers. And after Jacob Sharp nearly left the yard, Will Chambers does so. Still nobody out in the bottom of the 4th. And the Raptors have jumped out in front 8-0. Will Chambers, who led the league in home runs last year, gets his first on opening day this year. His 10th home run as a Raptor. First guy in Raptors history to reach double digits in a career. Breaking the tie with Michael Hicks, who had 9 back in 2019 in his only year with Ridgefield. And so Will Chambers gets a 3-run bomb, brings up Riley McCarthy. With the bases empty in the 4th inning, 8-0 lead. And still nobody out. First inning of work for Ben Ortiz, and it has not been easy for the right-hander. Fastball grounded towards third. 2 hoppers scooped by Marquez. Throws to first, and a short hop snagged by Rivera. Good play by the first baseman. And the throw in time. First pitch ground out for Riley McCarthy. 1 away, and Safea Mawai will be the batter. 3 hits so far for the Raptors this inning. 7 hits in the ball game. And 8 runs compared to just 1 hit and no runs for the Walla Walla Sweets. Last year, Will Chambers had a home run in the opener, West Coast League opener. After a non-league game on the first day of the year last year against Cowlitz, just like this year, non-league game, and Will Chambers didn't have a home run in the non-league game, saved it for the league game, and just the same this year, gets a home run the first day. Mawai takes a ball inside, 1 out, 1-0 count, and now 2-0 with Ortiz dropping that fastball below the zone. Mawai had a 3-run home run of his own on Wednesday, and today has picked up where he left off, a double and a single so far. Today's 2 for 2. 8-0 lead for the Raptors, bottom of the fourth. And a strike at the top of the zone to Safea Mawai. Went 2 for 4 on Wednesday. 2 more hits today. A double to right center for 3 RBIs in the first inning. And a single to left field on the first pitch last inning. 2 balls and 1 strike to Safea Mawai. And is low for ball 3. So both games, Wednesday and today, the first RBI of the contest goes to Safea Mawai. Started in left field on Wednesday. Is the first baseman today. Played both of those positions in various games for University of Hawaii 2 seasons ago. 3-1 pitch. It torches that one, but foul. Towards right field and towards the adjoining multi-purpose field, one of 6 fields here at the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. Beautiful facility. 53 acres on the property. Safea Mawai can cover a lot of the acreage with his bat, but he won't have to swing it. 3-2 pitch, low and away. Ball 4. And the action restarts on the base paths after Will Chambers' home run. Now Mawai is on first for Doyle Kane. 1 out, bottom of the fourth. The Raptors 8, the Sweets 0.
Coming to the plate, put your hands together for
A 1-1 tie between Oregon State and New Mexico State down in Corvallis. There were 4 Oregon State players in Ridgefield last year. Safea Mawai running on the first pitch. Doyle Kane fouls it at the plate. And Mawai, who nearly had a stolen base last inning and slid past the bag, really won one this time. And I think learned his lesson. He's going to slide a little earlier. And I would be surprised if he doesn't run, if not on this pitch, at some point in this at-bat. And I think he had that one stolen pretty easy had it not been a foul ball. Takes a decent-sized lead at first, being held on. 1 out and a throw over to first from Ortiz to get Mawai back. So 4 players from Ridgefield are from Oregon State. Got the 3 seed nationally, top 3 team in the nation. At one point it was ranked in a couple polls. First overall was Oregon State University. 0-1 the count to Doyle Kane. It's outside. Their leadoff hitter, Wade Meckler, a Raptor from last year. One of their midweek starting pitchers, Jaron Hunter, also a Raptor. Plus role players Micah McDowell and Brady Casper. And the Beavers playing in a regional, hosting a regional, and playing New Mexico State. 1-1 pitch, Doyle Kane, a hard hit ground ball off the mound and into center field. Safea Mawai turns around second, heads for third. It'll be a single for Doyle Kane. Right back up the middle and pushes Mawai all the way around to third. A 1-out base hit for Doyle Kane, his first hit of the day. A .235 hitter from last year in West Coast League play, and he hits the ball all fields. He had 3 singles on Wednesday. 1 to right field, 1 to center, 1 to left. This time back to center. And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change. Ben Ortiz came in relief this inning. And Ridgefield took advantage of him. Single, walk, double, home run, ground out, walk, single was the sequence. Top of the order, and a Ridgefield team hungry for more runs. And Ben Ortiz ran into a bit of a buzzsaw. I'm sure he'll have better days ahead, but the Raptors a tough team offensively. And that will be it for Ben Ortiz. 8-0 is the score. He's responsible for runners on first and third. For the new pitcher coming in, we will step aside for the pitching change and tell you who the new thrower is when we return. The Raptors up by 8 in the 4th inning on the Raptors live stream.
At Eden Health, our commitment is to caring. We recognize the importance of caring for others, and we consider it a privilege. We are committed to addressing our patients' specific needs, providing hands-on care and services, helping families through tough situations, and supporting our fellow employees. We listen, build relationships, and go above and beyond to create meaningful experiences throughout our continuum of care. Whether you find yourself a patient to any of the Eden Health services lines or you become part of our team, you will notice the Eden Health difference.
The Ridgefield Raptors are back, where the entire family can watch top-level college baseball players live at the Rourke. Now, kids 12 and under get in free with a paid adult for all Sunday afternoon Raptors games. Enjoy local Southwest Washington baseball with the whole family this summer. Sunday games are at 1:05 and are presented by Peace Health and the Columbian. Come cheer on your Ridgefield Raptors all season long. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Welcome back on the Raptors live stream. We continue in the bottom of the fourth inning from the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. And the Ridgefield Raptors ahead 8-0.
Thank you, Colby.
And, okay, Sean Gard checking to make sure it's Colby Solomon. And did Colby give you a thumbs up? Is that okay? That's great. Sean saying, we think it's Colby Solomon, and Colby from the pitcher's mound says, yes, that is correct. That's who I am, and self-identifies himself. It's always a little tough task on opening day and players coming in and out, swapping jerseys, and sometimes you just need a guy to say, yep, that's me. And so here is Colby Solomon out of Gonzaga. First pitch to Steven Espinoza's popped up with one out. Espinoza fouls it first base side. Good catch by Rivera. And Solomon gets a fly out, or a pop out, a foul out, really. The first pitch he throws. Runners in the corners, 2 down, bottom of the fourth, 8-0 the lead for Ridgefield. And Nate Kirkpatrick, the batter. Solomon, a left-hander out of Kenmore, Washington, 6-foot freshman out of Inglemore High School. Two-sport star, football, baseball. And a good student. Did not pitch for Gonzaga this year yet in his first year in Spokane. Tosses a strike to Nate Kirkpatrick. Ridgefield had a couple Gonzaga players last year. Carson Walters, Ben Larson, both pitchers, and good ones as well. Now Colby Solomon pitching against Ridgefield. Here's the 0-1 to Kirkpatrick, down and away. 1-1, 2 outs. Runners on the corners. And an 8-0 advantage for the Ridgefield Raptors here in the fourth inning. After a pitching change to bring in Colby Solomon. 1 ball and 1 strike. The lefty set at the belt, looking over at first. To the plate with a changeup on the outside corner. Tails away from Nate Kirkpatrick, who has an 0 for 2 line so far. Had 3 hits on Wednesday, 2 doubles, including his first at-bat as a Raptor. And had a double and a run in the 6th inning. 2 hits in the 6th inning alone for Nate Kirkpatrick when the Raptors batted around the order. Had a double and an RBI single in that 1 inning. Now getting a 4th inning at-bat today. He's behind 1-2. A fastball that he reaches at, hits it off the end of the barrel, and another foul out. First baseman Rivera catches it again, and Colby Solomon comes in with runners on the corners, and induces 2 foul outs to the first baseman. And that ends the inning. The Raptors bring up 9 players to the plate and end up scoring 4 runs in the 4th inning, including a single by Prokes, a double by Sharp, a home run by Will Chambers, and 4 hits overall in the frame, no errors, and 2 left on. We head to the top of the 5th inning. Walla Walla yet to score. The Ridgefield Raptors 8 runs.
Are you looking for a career that's team-oriented with great pay and great benefits? Then look no further than C-Tran. We're looking for individuals to join our team. We offer paid vacations, holidays, and sick days, plus exceptional medical and dental coverage, educational assistance, a paid fitness program, cruise retirement, and so much more. Be a part of C-Tran's diverse family, where we put the care back in career. Check us out at c-tran.com/careers.
Holt Homes is proud to be a local builder. We embrace all that is special about Oregon and Southwest Washington. The natural beauty of the landscape, the dynamic climate, the community that brings us together. It's why we live and build in this place that we love. Holt Homes, built for the Pacific Northwest. Find home today at holtpnw.com.
Well, Ben Hart keeps on going. Starting pitcher for the Ridgefield Raptors today, Ben Hart throws into the 5th inning. He could be eligible for the win should he complete this inning. Is ahead 8-0. The Raptors in front into the top of the 5th. One correction, the pitcher for Walla Walla last inning was not Colby Solomon. We were trying to figure out who it was, what lefty it was, and we thought it was because the PA announcer, Sean Gard, said over the loudspeaker that we think it's Colby Solomon, and Colby, or the imposter Colby, gave a thumbs up. Not sure why. It's actually Cameron Scooter. And so an inexplicable thumbs up. Not sure why he agreed that his name is Colby Solomon. Perhaps a joke, or maybe didn't hear it correctly. I don't know. But it's Cameron Scooter who was pitching and got those 2 foul outs last inning. Now Ben Hart on the mound for Ridgefield. First pitch is a ball from Ben to the leadoff man this inning, Joey Craig. And then a strike to Joey. 1-1 is the count. Craig, the center fielder who stole a home run last inning. Didn't make the catch, just brought it back into the yard. Now rips the ball down the third baseline. Fair. It will get all the way to the wall. Craig digging for second. McCarthy up with it in the corner. And standing up, rolling into second base, Joey Craig, the Omaha native, with a leadoff double to start the 5th inning. First extra base hit that Ben Hart has allowed, and first hit since the 1st inning. He had gone 11 batters without allowing a hit, and Joey Craig changes that with a double down the left field line. William Fwenning the second is the batter, right fielder today. Runner in scoring position, and this is the first time that the Sweets have gotten a runner to second base today. Fwenning swings and tips a foul ball into the glove of Jacob Sharp. Nobody out, top of the 5th. The Raptors 8 and the Sweets 0. Ben Hart looking back at second, and the 0-1 fastball is swung on and missed. Hart touching upper 80s today on the heater. Goes 86 miles an hour on that toss. 0-2 the count from Ben Hart. Another fastball. This one back up the middle, over hard. It gets into center field, and it'll go for a single. Joey Craig went back to second for a moment to make sure that ball didn't get caught, then scoots to third, and 2 straight base hits to open up the 5th inning. And there's runners on the corners for the Sweets with nobody out. Ben Hart nearly made that catch going over his head. And so Cameron Scooter will be the batter, since Walla Walla does not have a DH today. And once Andrew Bond exited, the starting pitcher, whatever pitcher comes in now has to hit for themselves. So here is Cameron Scooter to hit for himself, left-handed batter. With runners on the corners, Ben Hart deals a fastball on the inside corner. It was 89 miles an hour on that last throw that ended up as a single. So Scooter got 2 outs on the mound last half inning, and now trying to give himself some run support. Here's the 0-1 is outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Peter Abenanti, the head coach today, filling in, interim skipper for Walla Walla, as their inaugural new head coach is still coaching with New Mexico State in the regionals. Foul ball from Cameron Scooter. It's 1-2. Runners on the corners, nobody out. There is no coach in the first base box because they have 2 different coaches finishing out their college seasons of their 3 coaches, so only one is here. So just a coach in the third base box, and first base box is empty. A strike on the outside corner, and Ben Hart gets the punch out for the first out of the 5th inning. And so that's 1 out and the 5th strikeout of the day. And so Rowan Ramsey will be the batter. He's 0 for 1, just the second time through the lineup, and Ben Hart finishing that second time through. This is the 9-hole hitter. Runners in the corners, 1 out, and Ramsey takes a ball high, popped out to the second baseman in the 3rd inning. Ben Hart looking over at first, and the 1-0 pitch is over the plate for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And an 8-0 lead for the Ridgefield Raptors today, with 8 hits and no errors committed by Ridgefield. Infield playing straight up. 1-1 pitch, a slider. Back foot swung on and missed. As Rowan Ramsey took a hack at it, and a slider expertly placed, tailing towards the right cleat. The right hand hitting Rowan Ramsey. Tough pitch to hit, coming in on the hands. 1-2 the count from Ben Hart. Deals a pitch down, swung on and missed, and that'll be a strikeout. The runner does go. It'll be a wild pitch and a strikeout. Rowan Ramsey down swinging, and does advance William Fwenning to second. With 2 outs now on the strikeout, that is the 6th punch out of the ballgame for Ben Hart, and he's 1 out away from going 5 scoreless innings, but he does have 2 runners in scoring position. And it's the top of the order coming up. Michael Rollauer, the batter, and hammers one to left center field. Doyle Keane on a run, and he reaches out to make the catch to steal extra bases and multiple RBIs from Michael Rollauer. And Ben Hart, with some help from his center fielder, Doyle Kane has made 2 excellent catches on the run in center field. This one strands 2 in scoring position. Both of them have been on Michael Rollauer. His last 2 at-bats have ended in running catches by Doyle Kane, and Ben Hart has thrown 5 scoreless innings. We head to the 6th. It's the Raptors 8 and the Walla Walla Sweets 0.
C-Tran is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, plus regional and express service to Portland. And now you can ride the current C-Tran's new on-demand service operating in Ridgefield and other areas. So leave the driving to us. C-Tran will take you out to the ball game and anywhere else you need to go. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise.
Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to welcome everyone back to support our Ridgefield Raptors. Just in time for warm summer nights with family and friends, lounging on the lawn, or eating dogs in the stands. Feels good to be back. In business for over 70 years, Dick Hanna Dealerships is a local, family-owned business with locations in Vancouver, Kelso, and Portland. Choose from thousands of cars and 12 new car brands. Experience nice in the car business. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Now play ball.
We are in the 5th inning, and Trent Prokes is going to lead off an inning for the 3rd time. It's 8-0 Raptors. They've batted around the order already 3 times, now on to the 4th, and Trent Prokes led off the first inning, led off last inning, batted around the order, and now leads off again in the 5th. He is 2 for 3 in the ball game, and Trent Prokes back to the plate with his team up 8-0 over the visiting Walla Walla Sweets. Thanks for joining us on the Raptors live stream. I'm Josh Warden. And glad to be with you on the West Coast League opening day as the Raptors are ahead 8-0 over Walla Walla, trying to do the same thing as last year when the Raptors beat Bend on opening day, 5-1. Now it's 8-0 over Walla Walla. Prokes swings at the first offering and bounces it foul towards the first base side, and it's 0-1. I wish I could say Prokes was 3 for 3, and in another universe he may be. An out call was made at first when he had, in my judgment, beaten the throw. Would have been an infield single. As it stands, 2 for 3 is not bad. A slider from Cameron Scudder is a called strike. And it's no balls and 2 strikes to Trent Prokes. The leadoff man here in the 5th. 8-0 lead for Ridgefield. Left-hand batter against left-handed pitcher. From the windup, Scooter throws high, ball 1. Trent Prokes has also scored twice today. Had 1 run on Wednesday in the non-league opener against Cowlitz, that 21-7 victory. 1-2 the count to Prokes and a slider outside, ball 2. A lot of records broken. Mentioned that was the most runs in Ridgefield history, 21 runs. It was also tied for the most hits, 22. Was the most RBIs in a Ridgefield game ever. Second most home runs with 3. 10 players had a hit. 11 had an RBI. Prokes swings and does not get a piece of it. Strike 3. And he strikes out for the first time. And that's 1 out here in the 5th inning. Mikey Kane, the batter. 1 for 2 in the contest with 2 runs scored.
That will bring number 20, Mikey Kane.
That win over Cowlitz put Ridgefield ahead in the all-time series against the Black Bears. 8 wins, 7 losses all-time between those 2 Southwest Washington rivals. Mikey Kane gets a foul tip on the first pitch. 1 out, nobody on. 8-0 lead for Ridgefield, 5th inning. Mikey Kane had 2 hits on that Wednesday game of the 22 in the contest for Ridgefield. He was also playing for Ridgefield against Walla Walla last year in that 15-run win in Walla Walla. This one he gets better contact on, but same result, foul ball. He's behind 0-2. Mikey Kane playing with his brother Doyle Kane, not only for the Raptors, but also with the College of the Canyons squad. And both good hitters, both above 300 this year down in Santa Clarita at the JUCO level. Mikey hit 320. His older brother Doyle hit 341. But Mikey had 8 home runs. Doyle had 2. So take your pick. They're both good. 0-2 the count. Mikey swings and misses on a pitch just below the knees. Good throw from Cameron Scudder. And Mikey strikes out. 2 straight punch-outs for Scudder, who's retired all 4 batters he has faced. Came in with runners in the corners and 1 out last inning. Got out of it with 2 foul outs. And now 2 strikeouts to open the 5th. Jacob Sharp, the batter. A strikeout, a hit by pitch, and a double that had home run distance on it. Would have been his 3rd to center field in the first 2 games of the year. Jacob Sharp takes a ball down and in. Fullerton College. And now a Ridgefield Raptors, and one of his college coaches made the connection and enjoying his time in the Pacific Northwest. Right-hand hitter, plays catcher, and is ahead 1-0, but nobody on base, 2 down. Here comes Scudder, and a fastball doesn't miss by much, but it is ball 2 to Jacob Sharp. Ridgefield scoring 8 runs, still a far cry from the 15 runs they had in the first game of the series in Walla Walla last year, or the 17 runs they had in the first game of the series in the home game. That slider slipping out of the hand of Cameron Scudder and goes to the backstop way outside, ball 3. Bottom of the 5th inning, Raptors ahead 8-0. On opening day in West Coast League play. Can Jacob Sharp start a 2-out rally? 3-0 pitch is low, ball 4. And Sharp does get aboard with 2 away. Brings up Will Chambers, a home run in his last at-bat. And it was a 3-run bomb for Will Chambers. Gives the bat to the back kid, gives him a high five. Now Will Chambers will bat from the right side for the first time today. Yanked a home run, batting left-handed last at-bat, and now switches sides. He is a switch hitter. 2 walks and a home run today for Will Chambers. Runner on first, 2 down. And the pitch is a strike from Cameron Scudder. And 3 for 5 Wednesday with 2 singles, a double, 3 RBIs, and 3 more RBIs today. Infield playing straight up. 0-1 pitch to Chambers is in the dirt, bounces away from Runyon, and that will allow Jacob Sharp to advance to second base on a wild pitch. So runner in scoring position for the Raptors, who scored 3 runs in the first, 1 run in the second. Did not score in the third. 4 runs last inning in the fourth. And have 2 outs and a runner on second here in the fifth. 1-1 the count to Will Chambers. Here's the delivery from Scudder. It's just outside. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike to Will. Ridgefield playing again tomorrow at 6:35 against Walla Walla. And the series finale is at 1:05 right here at the Rourke. And then a 6-game road trip next week up north of the border into British Columbia. 2 balls and 1 strike to Will Chambers, and swings, gets under it, pops it foul down the right field side towards the grassy berm. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes with Jacob Sharp returning to second base. 8-0 lead for the Ridgefield Raptors. Jumping out ahead, scoring in the first inning. They did trail to Cowlitz on Wednesday for about an inning and a half, but ended up winning that game by 14 runs. Today, Ridgefield's been in front all day long. There's the 2-2 to Will Chambers and takes a hack at it. Stays alive, spoiling the 2-2 into the netting. Scooped up by Peter Abenanti, the interim head coach for Walla Walla. With Brandon Van Horn still coaching down in New Mexico State in the regional, still 1-1 at last check. Bottom of the 4th inning down in Corvallis against regional host Oregon State. Here's the 2-2 to Chambers, big swing. Was on that one a little better, still fouls it back, but was more on time with that one for the 3rd consecutive foul ball for Will Chambers, who has still yet to allow a fielder to make a play today. He has walked twice and hit one over the wall in right field. Playing a bit of a shift on him now. Ramsey, the second baseman, almost directly behind the bag. Shortstop in the hole. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second. And Chambers asked for time after a long set by Cameron Scudder. Outfield playing not too deep, especially in right field where Chambers hit his last home run, albeit he's batting from the opposite side. So if he pulls it this time, he'd hit it towards the left fielder. 2-2 pitch with the second baseman returning to the gap. Chambers does not swing, and the breaking ball drops in for strike 3. Cameron Scudder strikes out the side. 10 strikeouts today for the Walla Walla Sweets. They got to 500 strikeouts last year in the Ridgefield series, and now starting out on pace for 500. But Ridgefield has the upper hand. It's 8-0. Halfway through this ball game, bottom of the 5th coming up from the Rourke.
This is WSU Vancouver, Southwest Washington's only 4-year research university. Whether in person or via distance delivery, WSU Vancouver offers high-quality education and an employer-respected degree. You'll get a small school feel and the kind of place where you know you matter. Here, you'll get personalized education that brings out the best in you and inspires you to achieve your highest goals. Now what are you waiting for? Apply today.
Hey baseball fans, after the game visit A, the area's premier gaming, dining, entertainment, and meeting destination. A is a proud supporter of the Ridgefield Raptors and the perfect place to meet up with friends after a Raptors win for dinner, drinks, and great times. Keep the fun and excitement going after the 9th inning and grab beers at Tom's Urban, or enjoy a perfectly cooked porterhouse at Michael Jordan's Steakhouse. With 100,000 square feet of gaming space, 15 different restaurants, bars, and retail outlets to choose from, A has just what you need to turn your night at the ballgame into a night you won't forget. A, just off I-5 at exit 16, ILANIresort.com.
Well, we head to the bottom of the 5th inning here at the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. Michael Lozano is the new pitcher for the Ridgefield Raptors. First appearance for Lozano out of Hope International University. And a right-hander who will come in to pitch for the Raptors in the bottom of the 6th. Or bottom of the 5th, excuse me, has plenty of run support for his first appearance. And the right-hander will face the top of the order. Second, third, and fourth hitters in the lineup. Cooper Cross will be up first to face Michael Lozano. Good kid. Enjoyed talking to him the last few days and getting to know a bit of his story. Transferred from Cypress College, played there 2019. And it's from Fullerton, California, which is where Hope International University is located. Shares a parking lot with Cal State Fullerton, he says. Appeared in 10 games for Hope International this spring. Started 6 at an ERA 4.82 for Michael Lozano. First appearance of the year as a Raptor. Pitches out of the stretch. The right-hander comes set against Cooper Cross. And his first pitch in on the hands. Good fastball at 90 miles an hour and fouled off by Cooper Cross. Lozano coming off a Tommy John surgery a year ago. And did not pitch for nearly a year and a half because of that invasive surgery. Came back and pitched this spring for Hope International. 0-1 pitch is down and away. 1-1 the count for Michael Lozano. 8-0 lead for the Raptors. Bottom of the fifth. Or excuse me, top of the sixth. Pardon me. 8-0 lead. Top of the sixth inning. Lozano set for the 1-1 pitch. And the righty to Cooper Cross. Another fastball pops up on the infield. Might be playable for Espinoza. The third baseman going over to the warning track. Puts his glove up at the last minute and makes the catch. Foul out to the third baseman. One away. In the sixth inning, Leo Rivera, the batter. Lozano, who initially had the injury March of 2021. Had surgery in May. And did not pitch, obviously, the rest of that year through the offseason until partway through the 2022 season. Rivera takes a check swing and clips the ball off the barrel for a foul ball. One out, nobody on, top of the sixth. Ridgefield ahead by an 8 spot. Lozano, a long recovery. Any guy who has Tommy John surgery, it's a tough road. And pitchers are coming back. I mean, it's been a lot more successful than it used to be, but it's still not easy. A called strike to make it 0-2 on Leo Rivera. And Lozano admitted, there's some moments I didn't know if I would ever pitch again. Was I really going to come back from a surgery that oftentimes takes a year and a half for guys to come back? He came back in less than a year, really more like 9 months he was pitching again. 0-2 the count. Fastball hit to center field. Playable for Doyle Kane. Comes over to left center, makes the grab. 2 away, and a good start for Michael Lozano. Foul out and fly out. Jacob Marquez, the batter, who is 0-1 on the day with a walk. Right-hand pitcher versus left-hand hitter with 2 away in the sixth inning. Been sprinkling off and on part of the day. Got kind of wet towards the beginning of this game. Hasn't rained too much during the game, just a little wet. Foul ball to the dugout on the third base side. And it's 0-1. 92 miles an hour. As Lozano has about the best speed, most velo of any guy for Ridgefield. A couple guys are right around that same mark. He'll go low 90s a lot. There's a four-seam fastball, a sinker, a slider, and a changeup. Sits low 90s. Might hit 92 to 94. Has gotten to 92 today. That one, 92 again on a fastball that, I don't know where that missed. He kind of looks back to home to ask where it was. Maybe down, maybe away. It's 1-1. 2 outs, base is empty. Lozano back home, and a fastball outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. With the Tommy John surgery taking out most of a year, he's been an experienced guy. He turns 25 years old this November. Another year to come at Hope International. The sinker gets a fly ball to left field, playable for Riley McCarthy, and he comes in to make the grab. A 1-2-3 inning for Michael Lozano. And a good start in his debut as a Ridgefield Raptor, a scoreless 6th inning. And Ridgefield remains up by a score of 8-0. Bottom of the 6th inning coming up when we return, when Riley McCarthy will lead off after this.
Are you looking for a career that's team-oriented with great pay and great benefits? Then look no further than C-Tran. We're looking for individuals to join our team. We offer paid vacations, holidays, and sick days, plus exceptional medical and dental coverage, educational assistance, a paid fitness program, career retirement, and so much more. Be a part of C-Tran's diverse family, where we put the care back in career. Check us out at c-tran.com/careers.
Holt Homes is proud to be a local builder. We embrace all that is special about Oregon and Southwest Washington. The natural beauty of the landscape, the dynamic climate, the community that brings us together. It's why we live and build in this place that we love. Holt Homes, built for the Pacific Northwest. Find home today at holtpnw.com.
To the bottom of the sixth inning we go from the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. 8-0 the lead for the Ridgefield Raptors. And another correction on the pitcher. We've cycled through a couple different names on this lefty that's pitched well for the Walla Walla Sweets. At first we thought it was Colby Thompson, and apparently it was a different lefty who we thought was Cameron Scudder, and then realized it was a different lefty. It's Hayden Thompson. So I apologize for the difficulty in getting the names correct. The roster is still being put together. Hayden Thompson that's for sure. We're right. This is correct this time. And throws high, ball one to Riley McCarthy. 8-0 the lead. The rosters are much easier after day one. When the players are in the system, we're all good. It's just day one. It's a little tough when players come in and just get on the bus right before the first game. Never seen some of these guys before, especially for road teams. We know Ridgefield's players. I've met most or all of them, but getting the away team guys a little tough here and there, but got it down now. Hayden Thompson behind 2-0 to Riley McCarthy. 8-0 lead for the Raptors. A change-up that gets McCarthy to swing and miss. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike to Riley McCarthy. Made the inning-ending put out last frame on a fly out in left field. And now gets the lead off the bottom of the 6th. Here comes Thompson with the 2-1 pitch, high and away. 3-1 the count. Thompson, a lefty from San Jose, California, went to high school in Seattle. Just graduated from Fusion Academy. Although it might be a different Hayden Thompson, I will admit. This one says he's a right-handed thrower and 5'3". That is clearly not true of this Hayden Thompson. It's spelled the same, so it might be a different Hayden Thompson, I will admit. Throws a ball high to McCarthy, ball 4. And so McCarthy draws a leadoff walk off of Hayden Thompson. And so that will bring up Safea Mawai. Mawai fouls it away to make it 0-1. Runner on first, nobody out, bottom of the 6th inning. 8-0 lead for the Ridgefield Raptors. Hayden Thompson is from Walla Walla Community College. Played 15 games last year. And now for the Walla Walla Sweets, throw over to first to get McCarthy back to the bag, who just walked. Safea Mawai, who walked in his own right last plate appearance in the 4th inning, as a single and a double on the day. The 0-1 to the Hilo, Hawaii native is down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike to Safea. 3 RBI double to right center field. And it was a ground ball double. Got all the way to the wall, landing on the back of the infield, and got all the way to the fence at the 360 mark. Just a rope of a ground ball. Inside, nearly hit him. 2-1 the count. Then singled on the first pitch he saw in the 3rd inning to left field. So hitting it to both sides today. Got caught stealing at second base, even though he had a good beat on it. That came off the bag, then tried to steal in the 4th inning after walking, but a foul ball made it a dead ball. So still looking for his first stolen base. Takes a strike on the outside. It's 2-2. Ended up getting stranded at third in the fourth inning. Now trying to get on base again and advance Riley McCarthy. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Raptors ahead by 8 in the 6th inning. Here comes Thompson, a fastball away for ball 3. Full count to Safea Moai. Ridgefield scoring 3 runs in the first inning. All those RBIs credited to Safea Moai. The Raptors have added on 5 since then. Runner goes in the 3-2. It's inside ball 4. And McCarthy can jog into second. And back-to-back walks off of Hayden Thompson. And it'll be Doyle Kane. A single and 2 punch-outs for Doyle today. Down in Corvallis, Oregon State leading 2-1 over New Mexico State. Brandon Van Horn, the assistant coach from New Mexico State, and will make his debut as the skipper for Walla Walla. The Sweets here whenever their college season comes to an end. High fly ball for Doyle Kane. Not too deep to Fwenning. The right fielder drifts over and drops the ball in right field. Hit his glove and dropped it. He throws to second, and Moai is out at second on a force out. Had to wait at first thinking that ball would get caught, and once Fwenning dropped it, that goes down as a fielder's choice, and no error will be charged on Fwenning since he's still got an out. It does mean that Kane reaches first, and it pushes McCarthy to third, who might have thought about tagging and going anyways, but it wasn't all that deep. Fwenning just dropped it, and an out at second base, so Kane is on first, McCarthy on third. A 7-6 put out. And here comes Steven Espinoza. Runners on the corners, 1 away. The old 7-6 fielder's choice. Don't see that every day. Runners on the corners, 1 away for Espinoza. 8-0 lead in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here comes Thompson with a fastball. Espinoza was on time with it, but swung over it. And it's 1-1. 1 out to Espinoza. A walk, a fly out, and reached on an error. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A slider that just drops below the knees. 2 balls and a strike to Steven Espinoza out of Lompoc, California. And from San Jose State University. Just played 3 games this year for the Spartans. Only had 2 at-bats. 2-1 pitch to Espinoza is clipped foul directly behind home plate. In those 2 at-bats, he did have 1 hit, a single, a run scored for San Jose State this year. And now getting more at-bats with the Raptors to start out this year. And playing pretty good third base so far. Made a couple nice plays at the hot corner on Wednesday. 2 balls, 2 strikes to him with 1 out and 2 on. Fastball he spoils. Good work to keep alive with a 2-2 pitch. He fouls back. On deck is Nate Kirkpatrick, who's been kept busy retrieving a couple foul balls from Espinoza. Kirkpatrick awaiting his first base hit today. Runners on the corners for Espinoza. Here's the 2-2. Breaker inside, and the count is full. Eight hits so far for the Ridgefield Raptors and 8 runs. Full count to Steven Espinoza. Here comes Thompson with the runner going from first. It's a ball low and a walk to Espinoza. Doyle Kane to second when he was stealing already, and he's able to just jog just like McCarthy was doing earlier, stealing, but a walk pushes him to second automatically. 3rd walk of the inning, and it's Nate Kirkpatrick up next. If he reaches, or anything but a double play, we'll see a pinch hitter. I believe that's Nick Lorenza is in the on-deck circle. A ball inside to the backstop. Running from third is McCarthy. He slides feet first safely. And a wild pitch to score a run. And the Raptors are up 9-0. Pushes all runners ahead 90 feet. No RBI for Kirkpatrick, but he sees a run come in, and it's 9-zip Ridgefield in the 6th inning on a ball back to the wooden backstop to score Riley McCarthy. Got a good jump, that ball bouncing back, and a slower runner might have been beaten, or at least risking it. Here's the 1-0 to Kirkpatrick. Still an RBI opportunity for the St. Mary's Gale. Takes a strike. It's 1-1. Several St. Mary's players went to Port Angeles last year in the West Coast League. This time Ridgefield gets the St. Mary's player. 1-1 pitch to Kirkpatrick is outside, ball 2. Big lead from second base for Espinoza. The infield playing in. Trying to prevent another run. It's 9-0 Ridgefield. Only one out, no force anywhere except for first base. 2 balls, 1 strike with runners in second and third. Here's the 2-1 pitch, high and outside on the off speed. If Kirkpatrick walks, it'll be a bases loaded pinch hit opportunity for Nick Lorenza. Local kid out of Clark College. But right now it's Nate Kirkpatrick at the plate with 2 aboard in scoring position. And the Raptors stretch it to double digits here. 3-1 pitch, line back up the middle, base hit. Doyle Kane scores. Coming around from second, Espinoza to third and keeps on running. Gets to second, but Kirkpatrick is picked back at second base on the cutoff and was retired by the second baseman Ramsey. And so that's the second out of the inning. The bases are cleared for Lorenza. Could have been bases loaded, and now there's nobody on base. But it's a 2 RBI single for Nate Kirkpatrick and his first base hit in West Coast League play. And then is tagged out at second base, but still good work for Nate Kirkpatrick. And so here comes Nick Lorenza. Pinch hitting for Trent Prokes. And the right-handed batter out of Clark College comes in. Nobody on base, 2 outs, and 11-0 lead now for the Ridgefield Raptors. After the 2 RBI single for Nate Kirkpatrick. Good relay from Rivera for the 8-3-4 put out. And the first pitch to Nick Lorenza is down and in. 1-0 the count, 2 outs, base is empty. First at bat as a Raptor for Lorenza. Was here on Wednesday but did not play. 1-0 pitch is high. Lorenza did come in to pinch hit in the 6th inning for Ridgefield. Pinch hitted for Safea Mawai and had a RBI single in his first at bat. Went 1 for 2 and later scored in the 6th inning. Now Lorenza with the bases empty. 2-0 the count, 2 outs, 11-0 lead for the Ridgefield Raptors. Fastball down from Thompson. It's 3-0. On deck is Mikey Kane. Here comes the 3-0 to Nick Lorenza. And a changeup down, ball 4. Draws a 4-pitch walk to put a runner on first base with 2 away, and Mikey Kane is the batter. A walk, a single, and he's 1 for 3 in the contest with 2 runs scored is Mikey Kane from La Cañada, California, committed to USC. The lone Pac-12 player in the lineup today. Will make his debut for USC this next spring, played for College of the Canyons this season that just ended. A ball outside to Mikey. Runner on first, 2 down. 6th inning. 3 runs in this 6th already. And 11-0 lead for the Raptors. Kane takes a strike in the outside corner. So Ridgefield has scored 32 runs so far. And this is just the 14th time that the Raptors have come to the plate this year. 8 times to the plate on Wednesday. Scored 21 runs. Runner on first, Thompson to the plate. A foul ball. High scooper over the right field side. 1-2 the count to Mikey Kane. 21 runs, that's a record. Ridgefield had never scored more than 17 in a game and had 21 against Cowlitz on Wednesday. 11 more today. 9 hits so far. Here comes Hayden Thompson, and it is inside to Mikey Kane. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Ridgefield, which scored 17 runs in the opening game of the series last year here at home against Walla Walla. 15 runs in the opening game of the series in Walla Walla. 11 runs in the opening game of the series. They love starting series against the Sweets. An off-speed pitch that Mikey Kane fouls directly toward the press box. 2-2 the count still with 2 away. Mikey Kane, the shortstop for Ridgefield. At the plate with a 2-2 count, runner on first. Aiden Thompson looking at first base, comes to the plate. Slider with good bite on it, but Mikey Kane does not chase. It's a ball low, 3-2. On deck is Jacob Sharp with his shin guards on. If Mikey Kane can't reach, then Sharp will be the catcher. If things go well for Mikey Kane, then Jacob Sharp will take him off and take a crack at the plate again. 3-2 pitch, hammered to left field. High fly ball towards the bullpen. Cross going back, runs out of room and into the bullpen. Mikey Kane dominates that ball to left field. His first home run of the year and a 2-run dinger for Mikey Kane. Crushes a ball to the bullpen in left field. Hit the fence in the back of the bullpen. And Mikey Kane homers to left to score Nick Lorenza, a 2-out rally to make it 5 runs in the 6th inning. The Raptors are ahead 13-0. And that'll bring up Jacob Sharp. Didn't need those shin guards after all. Jacob didn't. First home run of the year for Mikey Kane. We had 8 home runs for College of the Canyons this year. Interestingly enough, although he had 8, his brother had 2. Last year there was 1 home run between the Kane brothers in West Coast League play. It was Doyle who had it. Now it's Mikey who gets the first home run between the Kane brothers. 2 home runs of the day for the Raptors, one by Will Chambers, who's now on deck, one by Doyle Kane. Both of them former College of the Canyons players. Jacob Sharp, the batter, out of Fullerton College. Base is empty. And 2 down, a ball high and away. 13-0 the score on 10 hits. 330 feet for Mikey Kane. Will Chambers still has bragging rights. His home run, 331 feet today. So, Will Chambers, the longest hit ball today.
Came off the bat at 90 miles an hour. 39-degree launch angle, 330 feet.
I made the score 13-0. 2-0 the count to Jacob Sharp with Will Chambers on deck. Sharp has an RBI double, nearly got out. In fact, that might have been, between the home runs, it actually might have been Sharp's ball that was the longest hit, but it wasn't a home run. Hit the top of the wall in left center. And maybe it taken back by the center fielder. Ended up as a double. A ball to make it 3-0 to Jacob Sharp. Also has a walk and a hit by pitch. He is 1 for 2 on the day. Scored once after that RBI double. That was back in the 4th. Here's the 3-0 to Jacob Sharp. And a strike on the outside corner. Dropped the bat and started to jog to first. And we'll have to come back and pick the bat up back again. Digs back in against Hayden Thompson, pitching out of the windup. 3 balls and 1 strike. Here it comes, and a foul ball, hard hit ground ball. Glancing off the fence along the third base side. Jacob Sharp, who had 2 home runs on Wednesday. 1 to center field, 1 just to the right of the batter's eye, and 1 today that was to left center, nearly got out. This one also a hard hit to left field, but almost directly at the left fielder cross. And he makes the catch on a line drive to left field. And the inning is over. The Ridgefield Raptors bring up 8 batters to the plate and score 5 runs in the inning on just 2 hits. There were 3 walks early on, then a 2 RBI single by Nate Kirkpatrick, then another walk. And a 2-run home run by Mikey Kane highlights the inning. And the Raptors are ahead 13-0. We're on to the top of the 7th when we return.
At Eden Health, our commitment is to caring. We recognize the importance of caring for others, and we consider it a privilege. We are committed to addressing our patients' specific needs, providing hands-on care and services, helping families through tough situations, and supporting our fellow employees. We listen, build relationships, and go above and beyond to create meaningful experiences throughout our continuum of care. Whether you find yourself a patient to any of the Eden Health Services lines or you become part of our team, you will notice the Eden Health difference.
Innings from the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. The visiting Walla Walla Sweets have tallied no runs on 3 hits and 2 errors. And the Ridgefield Raptors a whopping 13 runs, 10 hits, and no errors. Ridgefield hosting Walla Walla for 3-game series to open West Coast League play. And then heading on the road Tuesday to Kelowna, British Columbia. And the first 3 West Coast League games of the season after Ridgefield won 26 of 48 games last year, including a season opening sweep over the Bend Elks. And Ridgefield trying to start out in somewhat similar fashion here. Garrett Runyon, the batter, to open up the top of the 7th inning against Michael Lozano, who had a 1-2-3 frame. In the 6th, a foul out, a fly out, and another fly out. And now faces his 4th batter in Garrett Runyon. And a firm fastball for strike 1 from Michael Lozano. Did not pitch Wednesday. The Raptors had 10, maybe 11 pitchers. They threw 9 of them on Wednesday. And Lozano knew he'd pitch today. He didn't pitch on Wednesday. And a called strikes. You get ahead 0-2 on Garrett Runyon. Just starting out the top of the 7th inning. Ridgefield ahead 13-0. Runyon at the plate, 2nd team all-conference in the NWAC, playing for Whitman College this spring. 0-2 the count to Runyon. Fists the ball back up the middle, just over the glove of Michael Lozano. And the pitcher finally gives up a base hit. A single for Garrett Runyon. And he gets aboard to lead off the 7th inning. Joey Craig will be the batter. He led off in his last at-bat, 5th inning, when he doubled down the left field line, but ended up being stranded at third base. The right fielder today, catcher today, Joey Craig from Omaha, Nebraska. Shares a hometown with a Ridgefield Raptor player. In fact, 2 guys are from Omaha on opposing dugouts today. Ryan Obrecht, also from Omaha, a pitcher for the Ridgefield Raptors. He pitches for Wayne State. Here's the first pitch to Craig. A ground ball toward short. Backing up as Mikey Kane throws to second for the out. Not in time for the double play on the turn from Kirkpatrick, but it does go down as a fielder's choice. 6-4 on the ground out. Runyon retired at second, and Craig reaches first. William Fwenning will be the batter with 1 on, 1 out in the 7th inning. 13-0 is the score. Ridgefield in front with a comfortable lead. And Lozano trying to preserve the shutout. First pitch to Fwenning is down for ball 1, 1 out. And runner on first for the Walla Walla Sweets. Right hand hitting Fwenning at the plate. Takes a swing and fouls one back. 1-1 now to Fwenning. He's from Scottsdale, Arizona. Goes to West Texas A&M. Located in Canyon, Texas. Is a D2 institution. Will not be the only West Texas A&M player in the league. The Ridgefield Raptors are expecting a guy from West Texas A&M. Isaac Keene. Supposed to arrive somewhat soon to become a Ridgefield Raptor. A fellow Buffalo from West Texas A&M. A ball outside, 2 balls and 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on for William Fwenning the second. He started 58 games this year for West Texas A&M and batted .348 for the Buffs. The 2-1 pitch from Michael Lozano is a bit high, ball 3. On the sinker from Lozano, trying to clip the top of the zone. 3-1, the count, 1 out. 13-0 advantage for the Ridgefield Raptors. The Raptors had a 13-0 win in the opening series last year to open the regular season. 3-1 pitches hit off the hands foul over the dugout of Ridgefield on the third base side. 3-2 the count. It was the series finale in the opening series last year. 13-0 the win over Bend. This year Ridgefield again up 13-0. Michael Lozano with a runner on first and one out. He's retired 4 of the 5 batters he has faced. Now with a payoff pitch upcoming to William Fwenning II. Here it comes with the runner bluffing, a ball high and away, ball 4. And the first walk allowed by Lozano moves Craig up to second. And Fwenning to first. Andrew Bond spot in the lineup. He was the 8-hole hitter to begin this game and the starting pitcher. And that will bring up Hayden Thompson, the batter, who's also a pitcher, as the Sweets are not using a DH today, just hitting their pitcher. And so it'll be Thompson's turn to hit when Lozano throws to him, unless they make a change. Chris Cota, or excuse me, that's Anthony Nasso, the pitching coach, comes out to have a chat with Michael Lozano. Looks like he's not going to make a change, just a little pick me up, keep it going. You had a good inning last time. Down in Corvallis, Oregon State leading New Mexico State 2-1, a close game. Cooper Jerpy, the ace for Oregon State pitching, and has limited New Mexico State to just 1 run, but the Beavers have not gotten much distance. Just a 2-1 lead for the third-ranked team in the nation. Lozano stays in. First pitch from Thompson is grounded to second. Kirkpatrick throws to second, and the turn for Mikey Kane is in time. A 4-6-3 double play, and the inning is over. The mound visit turned out well. 1 more pitch after that. 2 outs, inning done. And the lead is intact. 13-0 is the score. It's time to stretch from Ridgefield. Bottom of the 7th after this.
C-Tran is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, plus regional and express service to Portland. And now you can ride the current C-Tran's new on-demand service operating in Ridgefield and other areas. So leave the driving to us. C-Tran will take you out to the ball game and anywhere else you need to go. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise.
Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to welcome everyone back to support our Ridgefield Raptors. Just in time for warm summer nights with family and friends, lounging on the lawn, or eating dogs in the stands. Feels good to be back. In business for over 70 years, Dick Hanna Dealerships is a local, family-owned business with locations in Vancouver, Kelso, and Portland. Choose from thousands of cars and 12 new car brands. Experience nice in the car business. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Now play ball.
Well, bottom of the 7th inning in the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. The lights on, the clouds overhead, and the runs coming on in. 13 runs for Ridgefield today. None allowed by the Raptors, and they will try to add on to the lead in the bottom of the 7th when Will Chambers leads off. New pitcher for the Walla Walla Sweets, Tyler Haft, comes in. A right-hander out of Federal Way, Washington. Federal Way High School, a sophomore from Washington State University. Pitched in 32 games for the Cougars this year, an ERA of 5.11. Saw him pitch once back in March in Pullman through an inning against Oregon State. And a scoreless inning with a strikeout. Faced 4 batters, hit 1. Oregon State won that game 5-1. The Beavers, like I've mentioned a few times, third-ranked team in the nation. First postseason game of the year, and they're up 2-1 over New Mexico State. Washington State did not make the postseason. Their year came to an end in May. They did not make the Pac-12 tournament, so Tyler Haft able to be here on opening day. Pitched 32 innings for Washington State. Gave up 17 runs, 14 of them earned, and had 23 strikeouts to 16 walks. Federal Way pitcher comes in. He'll face a good hitter in Will Chambers, who has a home run and 2 walks on the day. He's 1 for 2. A 331-foot bomb to right field earlier today, back in the 4th inning, that broke this game open. Ridgefield was up 4-0 coming into that inning, and that really made the margin pretty comfortable. It's now 13-0. Will Chambers, a big swing, and Haft goes a fastball past him, clocked at 96 miles an hour to Will Chambers out of Dixie State University. 0-1 the count to Will, and takes a strike. It's 0-2. Micah Rice is a great writer with the Columbian, covered the team last year and got to know Will Chambers, is back and around the team again this year. Is talking with Micah about Will Chambers. Wrote a great article on Will early last season about Will's journey through 2 knee reconstructions and 3 different colleges now. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and he goes down swinging. But Micah asked him, what's the difference between JUCO pitchers like you saw at College of the Canyons and D1 pitchers at Dixie State? And he said, they're all the same. And Will's like that. He's never gonna, not give anyone credit, but never gonna say anyone is too good for him or I can't get a hit. No, he'd get a hit off of prime Kurt Schilling if he had the chance. At least he said he would, and who knows, maybe he would. This time, however, he goes down swinging. Still has a home run in the day, so not a bad outing for Will Chambers. A called strike on Riley McCarthy. It's 0-1, 1 out, 13-0 the margin. Ridgefield in front on the home West Coast League opener. They won against Walla Walla. Game 2 tomorrow at 6:35. Good breaking ball from Tyler Haft, but it stays high for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out to Riley McCarthy on the University of Portland. Haft had 32 appearances this year, but none of them against UP or McCarthy. Or 25 appearances, excuse me. Second year at Washington State. Got a batting average against a .308 this spring for the Cougars. It's 2 balls and 1 strike, and Riley McCarthy, 1 out, base is empty. Safea Mawai is on deck. 2-1 fastball is down and away. For ball 3 on Riley McCarthy, who walked last inning and scored. Is 0 for 3 in the contest. His first 2 at-bats were with the bases loaded. His last 2 at-bats were with the bases empty. And now a third one with the bases empty right here. 3-1 the count with 1 out. Here in the 7th inning, here comes Haft with a fastball just above the belt, and it's ball 4. McCarthy walks for the 2nd consecutive inning, and Safea Mawai is the batter.
Now at the plate for the Raptors, Safea Mawai.
So McCarthy on first for Safea, who has walked his last 2 times and has 2 hits. He's 2 for 2, a double, a single, and 2 free passes for the left-hand hitter. First pitch to Safea is lined back up the middle and past the second baseman into center field. Base hit. And Safea Mawai has 3 hits in 3 at-bats. He's reached all 5 times today in the West Coast League opener. And he pushes McCarthy to second base. 2 on in the 7th inning.
Now 3 for 3 today.
Doyle Kane, who is 1 for 4 in the contest, is up next. With runners in first and second, 1 out. In the bottom of the 7th inning, a good day for Safea Mawai. Had a home run on Wednesday and 2 hits. And now in the official league game, so these games count for all the official statistics, and he is doing just as good. On base percentage looks pretty nice at 1,000. Here's Doyle Kane playing center field today. Played an expert center field. 1 out, bottom of the 7th. Haft deals a ground ball right back up the middle. Will get through the infield, base hit. Giving the wave around to Riley McCarthy. He will score standing up, and an RBI single for Doyle Kane. And the Raptors lead at 14-0. That is the 12th hit of the day for the Ridgefield Raptors. And the second straight single up the middle for Doyle Kane. It'll bring up Steven Espinoza.
That brings to the plate, Steven Espinoza.
Safea Mawai, who stopped at second on the play, still in scoring position. Doyle Kane at first. Espinoza at the batter with one out. Out ahead of the changeup and taps it foul at the plate. Got a piece of Garrett Runyon, I believe, who will walk it off a little bit. Walla Walla, not a lot of depth on the team right now. They're having to use their pitchers as batters and can't really afford an injury to a catcher. But good news is Runyon seems okay. This inning started with a strikeout, but McCarthy walked. Safea Mawai singled. Doyle Kane did the same for an RBI. Espinoza has a walk of his own, in fact, two of them. 0 for 2 in the contest, but has reached 3 times with an error and the 2 walks. 0-1 the count, 1 out. Tyler Haft deals and a swing and a miss on a pitch down and in, strike 2. On deck is Nate Kirkpatrick, who had a 2 RBI single his last at-bat. No balls, 2 strikes to Steven Espinoza with 1 out. Tyler Haft deals a fastball check swing. He did go around, strike 3. And 2 out. Second strikeout of the inning. Walla Walla pitchers have totaled 12 strikeouts today. Good work by the Swedes. They've allowed a fair amount of contact, but also missed barrels a lot. Boom or bust pitching today for Walla Walla. When the Raptors have put the ball in play, they've gotten on base, but the Swedes doing a good job of some crafty pitches. Tyler Haft getting 2 strikeouts this inning. Here comes Nate Kirkpatrick, watches a ball outside. Want to know the count to Nate Kirkpatrick with 2 aboard and 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. 14-0 is the margin. Ridgefield in front. Haft comes set looking over at third base, the only base that is empty. Breaking ball for a strike. Good slider from Tyler Haft. 1-1 the count to the Ridgefield second baseman, Nate Kirkpatrick, out of St. Mary's College. 4 hits so far between the 2 games, Wednesday and today. 2 doubles and a single against Cowlitz Wednesday. 2 RBI single today. He's 1 for 4. 1-1 the count from Tyler Haft. Another breaking ball. It hits off the catcher Runyon and gets to the backstop, advancing both batters or both runners. I think he may have gotten crossed up there. It did not look wild, but Runyon did not get a piece of it. And I think he expected a different pitch there and did not snag it. I'll write down pass ball in my book. It'll advance Mawai to third and Kane to second. 2 aboard in scoring position, 2 outs, a 2-1 count to Nate Kirkpatrick. 14-0 the margin, Ridgefield in front. Here comes Tyler Haft with a fastball that Kirkpatrick fouls into the netting. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ridgefield scoring 1 run this inning, 5 runs the last inning. They have scored multiple runs in 3 different frames, including 3 runs in the first, and have not looked back since then.
Let's make some noise.
14-0 advantage for Nate Kirkpatrick, trying to add on to it a little more. 2-2 pitch down. Good stop by Runyon, the catcher, to block that one. Full count and 2 away. On deck would be Nick Lorenza, who pinch hit with a walk last inning. Full count, 2 outs, 2 in scoring position for the Ridgefield Raptors in the 7th. Can they put a little more icing on the cake? Here's the payoff. Foul back for Nate Kirkpatrick. And we'll do it all over again. We'll see if Michael Lozano comes back out to pitch the 8th inning. I gather he might be done. There is a couple players walking around in the bullpen. If not one of them, then Lozano will come out for a 3rd inning. 2 scoreless so far for the Ridgefield reliever. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Nate Kirkpatrick. With Mawai on third and Kane on second, time is called. And Kirkpatrick steps out, steps right back in. And Tyler Haft says, let's do the same pitch. You don't need to give me the sign again. He's ready to go. Here's the payoff. Off speed, foul back. And 2 straight foul balls on full count pitches for Nate Kirkpatrick. Last year in the West Coast League opener here at the Rourke against Bend, June 4th of 2021. It was a 5-1 win, starting out a 4-0 start for Ridgefield. Starting out even better here with 14-0 margin. Another payoff pitch, high, ball 4. And Kirkpatrick walks to load the bases. Ball gets nearly to the backstop, but the runners do not advance. And after 2 foul balls and 2 strike pitches, Nate Kirkpatrick walks back to the top of the order. Nick Lorenza, the batter. He walked last inning, nowhere to put him here with the bases juiced. 2 down, 14-run lead for Ridgefield. New Mexico State has come back to take a lead over Oregon State in the top of the 7th inning, 3-2 over the Beavers. The Oregon State Beavers hosting that regional top seed and currently losing in the 7th inning. Called strike on Nick Lorenza. Full count, 0-1, or full bases full, 0-1 the count with 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th inning. So Nick Lorenza, right-handed batter. Breaking ball he swings a bit late on, and it's strike 2 from Tyler Haft. Has allowed 1 run this inning. Started out with a strikeout, but a couple of singles and 2 walks caused some action on the base paths. Trying to get out of it with just 1 run and leave the bases loaded. Here's the 0-2 to Lorenza. Swings late. Fastball right past him at 94 miles an hour. Strike 3. And Lorenza goes down swinging. Tyler Haft strikes out the side, but does allow 1 run. 13 strikeouts in the day for Walla Walla pitchers. But the Raptors hitters have gotten the last laugh. 14 runs on the ball game for Ridgefield. Score 1 in the 7th inning on 2 hits and 2 walks. And that's now 12 hits on the day for the Raptors. We head to the top of the 8th inning. New pitcher coming in. I believe that's Harrison Howell coming in. It is indeed the University of Portland pitcher. We'll try to preserve the shutout. Tell you how many shutouts Ridgefield has had in their franchise history when we return on the Raptors live stream.
This is WSU Vancouver, Southwest Washington's only 4-year research university. Whether in person or via distance delivery, WSU Vancouver offers high-quality education and an employer-respected degree. You'll get a small school feel in the kind of place where you know you matter. Here, you'll get personalized education that brings out the best in you and inspires you to achieve your highest goals. Now, what are you waiting for? Apply today.
A 380 batting average is like using Dawn as your mortgage lender. She has over 30 years rounding the bases to a new home and loves helping families build their dreams. Know anyone buying their first home? Would you like to make a cash offer on your next purchase? Evergreen Home Loans can help with several loan options. Call Dawn today to get started. 360-608-7438. Again, that's 360-608-7438. She would love to send you home. Go Raptors!
New pitcher for the Ridgefield Raptors coming in with a 14-0 lead to work with. Into the top of the 8th inning, Harrison Howell out of University of Portland. And got plenty of run support to work with. 14-0. And he will be facing the top of the order at the 9-hitter first, Rowan Ramsey, and then back to the top of the order in the 8th inning for Harrison Howell. University of Portland right-hander. Connected with Ridgefield through one of his coaches at UP. And now coming just up the road to Ridgefield to pitch at the Rourke. Did pitch Wednesday as well, and now pitching in the West Coast League opener. And will face Rowan Ramsey to begin the 8th inning. Well, no score for Walla Walla. Ridgefield 6 outs away from a shutout. And that has not been an easy thing to come by in the West Coast League. A lot of good hitters. And not very often you get a shutout. Ridgefield in 2 years as a ball club, not including this year, this is the first game of the season, have had 2 shutouts. in franchise history. Here comes Harrison Howell, and a strike at the top of the zone to Rowan Ramsey, his college teammate, by the way. Both of them from University of Portland. So pilot versus pilot here, and a mound visit from Sharp after the first pitch, probably just to check the signs. Just the second time that Harrison Howell has ever pitched to Jacob Sharp, and asking him, perhaps, what pitches do you throw again? To answer that question, Howell works with a 4-seam fastball, a 2-seam, and a slider and a changeup, and added a curveball recently. He's a 5-pitch guy. The only 5-pitch guy, if I'm not mistaken, for Ridgefield so far, of all the pitchers here at the moment. 0-1 pitch goes to the 4-seamer for a strike at 89 miles an hour. Sits 87 to 90 on the 4-seamer. And the 2-seamer, which he actually prefers and commands the best. A slider that's his most common breaking ball, and a changeup he'll flip in from time to time. 0-2 the count to Rowan Ramsey. Harrison Howell, swing, gets a foul ball from Ramsey on an 0-2 pitch, just got a piece of it. Ramsey has a pop out and a strikeout. 6 strikeouts on the day for Ridgefield Raptors pitchers. Top of the 8th inning, 14-0 the lead for Ridgefield. Infield playing a bit towards the lines. Big hole up the middle. The 0-2 pitch, off speed, and checked his swing. He did go around. Rowan Ramsey strikes out, and Harrison Howell strikes out his college teammate on the first batter he faces. 1 away in the top of the 8th inning. 7 strikeouts mean free Taco Bell for everyone here in the stands. So come on to the ball game next time. You might get tacos if Ridgefield pitchers get to 7 strikeouts, which they did on Wednesday and today. Top of the order, it's Michael Rollauer, the batter. The Atlanta, Georgia native is 0 for 3 today. 2 flyouts to center field. Both of them well hit and needed running catches by Doyle Kane. He also has a pop out. Put the ball in play every time. Takes a strike at 0-1. 1 out, nobody on. 14-0 the lead, 8th inning. Ridgefield in front. Howell, good breaking ball for a strike. The slider got a swing and a miss. Two scoreless innings for Michael Lozano after 5 scoreless for Ben Hart today. Here's the 0-2. Fastball swung on and just barely nicked by Michael Rollauer to stay alive. Keeps the count at 0-2. Like I said, only 2 shutouts in Ridgefield Raptors history. One in 2019 and another shutout in 2021. Trying to make it 1 each year, perhaps. 0-2 the count from Howell, high on the fastball. It's 1-2. The connection between those shutouts, they've all happened on the first week of June. It's always been the same week. It's just a little easier to get shutouts that week. Players still coming in from the college rosters. You get more 10-day contract guys. Or there's some of the community colleges who have finished earlier. But both times, June 9th of 2019, shutout Kelowna, a 2-0 victory. And June 6th of 2021, a 13-0 win over Bend. With 4 different pitchers throwing last year to get the shutout last summer. 1-2 pitch from Howell. Ground ball to short. 4-hopper that's scooped up by Mikey Kane. Throws high to first and safe. At first is Michael Rollauer. It'll be a throwing error on Mikey Kane. Had time to throw to first and just sailed it a little bit. And Michael Rollauer safe at first. 1 out and Cooper Cross, the batter. First error of the ball game and of the season for Ridgefield. Goes on a throwing error on Mikey Kane. Safea Mawai managed to jump to bring the ball in, but his feet were still off the ground as Rollauer was stepping on the bag. The runner goes on the first pitch, and Jacob Sharp drops the ball coming out of his crouch. A good beat by Rollauer. He probably would have beaten the throw, even if Sharp had made a good one. And a stolen base for Michael Rollauer. So grounds to short, safe on an error, steals on the very next pitch. Now a runner in scoring position for the Sweets, trying to ruin the shutout on opening day. 14-0 the lead. Howell looking back at second, deals the 1-0 down. Ball 2 to Cooper Cross. Runner on second for the Sweets. Cross, the commit to Virginia Tech, incoming freshman, graduated from IMG Academy, private high school in Florida, known for his athletics. A lot of good college players coming from IMG. Hard hit fly ball by Cross to right center field. Going over is Kane. He can't make the play. Gets to the wall in right center field. It will score a run. There will be no shutout today, thanks to Michael Rollauer and Cooper Cross. A double and an RBI double for Cooper Cross. And Walla Walla is on the board here in the West Coast League opener. It scores Rollauer from second. And it's 14-1, the Raptors in front. An unearned run off of Harrison Howell. And Leo Rivera will be the batter. A throwing error got Rollauer aboard, and then Cooper Cross doubled him in after a stolen base in between. Still one out, and Howell deals a fastball low, ball one. 14-1 is the margin. Ridgefield still comfortably in front, with one more time at the plate upcoming for Ridgefield once they get two more outs this inning. 1-0 the count, and just off the plate outside to Leo Rivera, who has put the ball in play every time. He's 1 for 3. A single and 2 flyouts for the first baseman from Seattle. Two-0 the count from Harrison Howell, the righty from the stretch, and a fastball down and away. They're showing a good slider today, but has opted more for the fastball. So no shutout today. That number will stay at 2 in Raptors history. Mentioned the one last year. Those 4 pitchers. Mentioned there were 4. I didn't say which 4 it was. I'll tell you in a moment. From last year, if you remember a lot of the Ridgefield guys, a ball up and in, and it's ball 4. Leo Rivera reaches to put runners in first and second. Last year was Jet Lotus starting the game against the Bend Elks. He, Ryan Pitts, Hudson Leach, and Andrew Trotman combined for the second shutout in Ridgefield history, allowing just 4 hits. The first shutout ever back in 2019, Benbrook, Harper, and Rapetti, Cameron Rapetti out of Cal State Fullerton against Kelowna. No shutout today. It's 14-1, Raptors in front. 2 aboard, 1 out. And a changeup low to Jacob Marquez out of Lewis Clark State. Mention how Lewis Clark State made the championship game, national championship. Lewis Clark State, a perennial World Series team at the NAIA level. 1-0 pitch from Howell is inside, ball 2. Eli Schubert pitches for Lewis Clark State, a Ridgefield Raptor from the beginning. He was an inaugural year player back in 2019, came back in 2021. And expects to come back this summer as well for a really good Lewis Clark State team. Made the national championship game again, but did lose earlier today. 2-0 pitch is down, ball 3. Marquez plays for Lewis Clark State as well. Since 1984, the Warriors of Lewis Clark State have won 19 national championships. 19. Make the World Series, it seems, just about every year. It just fell short in the title game this year. 3-0 pitch is high, and Harrison Howell has walked 2 in a row. 4-pitch walk to Jacob Marquez. The bases are loaded. Pushes Cooper Cross to second. Cross to third. Rivera to second. Marquez to first. And Chris Cota to the mound. Harrison Howell, who started out this inning with a strikeout and then induced a ground ball with a throwing error that would have been out number 2. Then a double to score a run, 2 walks, and Garrett Runyon will be the batter. Whether or not he will face Harrison Howell remains to be seen. Looks like they'll keep him in. A pitcher is throwing out in the bullpen for Ridgefield. Looks like a right-hander out in the pen. Kind of hard to get the jersey number, even with the binoculars. It kind of looks like Chandler DeYoung. If you turned around, I could see him, but no promises. But a right-hander who will either pitch perhaps in the ninth, depends on what happens here. Harrison Howell stays in. Garrett Runyon, the batter. Bases loaded, a foul ball to begin the at-bat. Top of the 8th inning. The Ridgefield Raptors scoring 14 runs today. Walla Walla 1 run and threatening for more. Garrett Runyon had 6 home runs for Whitman College this spring, hit .303. And made second team all-conference. Takes a slider on the outside edge for strike 2. And Harrison Howell ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Bases loaded, 1 out. On deck is Joey Craig. Runyon has hit the ball to center field each time. Twice for flyouts, 1 for a single. The 0-2 to Runyon, a swinging ground ball to short. Kane up with it, underhands to second. Kirkpatrick the turn to first. In time. 6-4-3 double play. And with the bases loaded, 1 out, Harrison Howell delivers the ground ball double play. And the inning is over. 1 run does come in for the Swedes to get on the board. And ultimately score 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left aboard. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Ridgefield's last time at the plate, presumably, with a 14-1 lead. And we're on to the bottom of the 8th when we return.
Hey baseball fans, after the game visit A, the area's premier gaming, dining, entertainment, and meeting destination. A is a proud supporter of the Ridgefield Raptors and the perfect place to meet up with friends after a Raptors win for dinner, drinks, and great times. Keep the fun and excitement going after the 9th inning and grab beers at Tom's Urban, or enjoy a perfectly cooked porterhouse at Michael Jordan's Steakhouse. With 100,000 square feet of gaming space, 15 different restaurants, bars, and retail outlets to choose from, A has just what you need to turn your night at the ballgame into a night you won't forget. A, just off I-5 at exit 16, ILANIresort.com.
The Ridgefield Raptors are back, where the entire family can watch top-level college baseball players live at the Rourke. Now, kids 12 and under get in free with a paid adult for all Sunday afternoon Raptors games. Enjoy local Southwest Washington baseball with the whole family this summer. Sunday games are at 105 and are presented by Peace Health and the Columbian. Come cheer on your Ridgefield Raptors all season long. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Bottom of the 8th inning for the Ridgefield Raptors, ahead 14-1 over the Walla Walla Sweeps. Got out ahead early, scoring early and often for Ridgefield. 3 runs in the first. Also big innings with a 4-run 4th, a 5-run 6th. A couple of runs between the 2nd and 7th innings, and here we are, 14-1 on 12 hits and 1 error for the Ridgefield Raptors today. And it'll be Mikey Kane to lead off against Tyler Haft for the Walla Walla Sweets. 14-1 the lead, and Mikey Kane has helped out. He homered in his last at-bat. He has also walked once and singled. He is 1 for 4 in the contest. And first pitch is a ball to Mikey Kane. Good day between the 2 Kane brothers, Mikey and Doyle, combining for 4 hits. Doyle has 2 singles and RBI. Mikey, that single of his own, and the 2-run home run to left field last at bat. 1-0 pitch is outside, ball 2. 330 feet off the bat into the bullpen in left field to put some extra distance between the Raptors and the Sweets. Walla Walla did get on the board last inning to make it 14-1. 2-0 the count from Tyler Haft. And the righty deals down ball 3. I was looking in the bullpen for Ridgefield last inning to see who was throwing, who might come in the 8th, or perhaps will close this game in the 9th, next half inning. And I think that's Chandler DeYoung, just based on the body type. Used the binoculars during the break. I was right. I'm proud of myself. It was Chandler DeYoung throwing in the bullpen. Might come in the 9th inning. Mikey Kane takes ball 4. 4-pitch walk to open the 8th inning. And it's Jacob Sharp up next.
Now at the plate is Jacob Sharp.
Good news down in Corvallis. Oregon State taking a 4-3 lead over New Mexico State. Good news if you like Oregon State. Won't judge you if you don't, but if you do. The Beavers back in front into the 7th inning down in Corvallis. Jacob Sharp has to turn away from a fastball that goes directly to the backstop and puts a dent in the wooden backstop here at the Rourke. Want to know the count to Jacob Sharp. Haft, who pitched craftily in the 7th inning, but did give up a run, but showed some good pitches there. Has thrown 5 pitches this inning. None of them in the strike zone yet. Runner on first, no outs. Bottom of the 8th inning. Ridgefield ahead by 13 runs. Here's the 1-0 to Sharp. It is at the top of the zone, strike 1. New Mexico State, which was 20-32 at the end of the regular season, won 4 straight games in their conference tournament, got the automatic berth into the NCAA tournament, and kept Brandon Van Horn coaching. He's an assistant with the Aggies and will be the head coach for Walla Walla. Hard hit fly ball by Jacob Sharp, taking Craig back to the wall, to the track, and gone. Jacob Sharp's 3rd home run in the last 2 games. And that puts the Ridgefield Raptors up 16-1. Jacob Sharp leaves the yard again.
Jacob Sharp came off the bat at 99 miles an hour. It went out of the park at a 27-degree angle and reached 380 feet.
Hardest hit ball of the day to left center field. And Jacob Sharp leaves the yard 380 feet. Off the bat of the catcher from Fullerton College. Had home runs in his first 2 at-bats Wednesday. Has a double and a home run today. Will Chambers is up next, who has a home run of his own today. Just going one and then the other, just back-to-back. Who's going to hit the next one? Mikey Kane has a home run as well. Will Chambers swings at the 2nd pitch. And
my apologies, at the plate is Will Chambers.
Chambers has a strike on it from Tyler Haft. So a walk and then a home run to start out the bottom of the 8th inning. 16-1 is the score. Here's the pitch from Haft, is high. And it's 2-1 to Will Chambers. Hitting left-handed. He's hit from both sides of the plate today. Switch hitter. Now back to the left side where he started and hit the home run from this side. Also has a double in the game. 2-1 the count from Tyler Haft. And a breaking ball for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Base is empty for Will Chambers. He's been a true Barry Bonds-esque home run slugger. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts to book in the home run. And it really is bookending. It was the 2 walks first and the home run, then the 2 punch-outs. Here's the 2-2, is down and in, full count. That last strikeout was against Tyler Haft. The first batter that Haft faced was Will Chambers, and he struck him out. Ended up allowing 1 run that inning. So Chambers has a second go-around at Tyler Haft and has a full count. No outs, base is empty. Here comes the Washington State Cougar. Breaking ball just high, and Will Chambers has walked thrice today. 3 walks, a home run, 2 strikeouts. If you're a defender who likes to field ground balls, you just get some action, don't play in a game with Will Chambers. He will either hit the ball over you or take a walk or not hit it at all. That's what he's done today. 2 strikeouts, 3 walks, a home run. And now he's at first base yet again. Riley McCarthy, the batter, has walked the last 2 times up. He's kind of done the reverse of Will Chambers. Will walked twice and then struck out twice. McCarthy did the opposite, strike out twice and then walked twice. Has a ground ball in the middle. Takes a strike, it's 0-1. Runner on first. Nobody out yet in the bottom of the 8th inning. Ridgefield has scored in all but 2 innings today and leads 16-1. McCarthy takes a strike, inside corner, it's 0-2. Trying to pick up for his University of Portland teammate and Harrison Howell, the current pitcher for Ridgefield. Gave up 1, the only run today for Walla Walla. McCarthy trying to get it back. Well, Ridgefield has gotten it back already this inning, trying to do some more. A bouncing ground ball, high chopper. The pitcher coming off the mound, and Haft throws to first in time for the out. It does advance Chambers to second. And a 1-3 ground out for Riley McCarthy. It brings up Safea Mawai with 2 down and a runner on, or excuse me, 1 down and a runner on second. Mawai has had a heck of a day. He has accounted for 3 of the Raptors' 13 hits. A double, a single, and another single. And with the runner on second, he swings at the first pitch and misses the 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Safea Mawai, who is credited with 3 RBIs today, also has 2 walks. The only thing he hasn't done is score today. He's gotten himself in scoring position. He doubled in the first inning, but was stranded there. 0-1 the count to Safea with 1 away, swings and fouls it on the third base side. Ridgefield has left 11 on the base paths today, leaving the bases loaded twice. Left a runner in scoring position in the first inning and the second and the third and the fourth and the fifth. And left the bases loaded in the 7th. So it could have been even more for Ridgefield. 16 runs. Mawai takes a ball that bounces in the dirt and hits the umpire. And where did that go? Did that go in the ball pocket for the umpire? I still don't know where that ball went. It bounced in front of the plate and just disappeared. It's a dead ball. It got stuck somewhere. The umpire's shaking his wrist out. And I have honestly no idea where that ball went. It bounced about 2 feet in front of the plate, and the umpire, Trey Anishazlin, is looking down at his wrist. I think that ball bounced into his hip pocket where he's keeping the balls. Holy cow, I have never seen that before. First off, I hope he's okay. That's the most important thing. And in his ball pocket in the hip where you keep extra baseballs, it just bounced directly in there. He claps his hands and says, "I'm good." That's the most important thing. I just wanted to be okay. But as long as he is, we can revel in the never-before-seen moment. Every time you come to the ballpark, you might see something you've never seen before in baseball. There it is. That's the thing we saw. We saw 16 runs today. I've seen that before. I have not seen that. I have not seen a pitch miss the catcher, bounce off the umpire, and bounce into his hip pocket and get stuck there. That's a dead ball. It does advance Will Chambers to third. It'll go down as a wild pitch, and wild is appropriate for that sequence. 1-2 pitch is popped up on the third base side. Might get out of play, and indeed it does. 1-2 remains the count, 1 out. Safea Mawai remains the hitter. 1 out, Will Chambers on third. The ball just disappeared. I mean, we didn't see where it went, but you could just tell that must have been where it had gone. In Trey Anishazlin's hip pocket, the home plate umpire. Went directly to him. I'm just glad he's okay. He's kind of shaking out the wrist and is still kind of moving it around, but he's all right. Safea Mawai with 1 ball and 2 strikes, 1 out. A 16-1 lead. The pitch is swung on and missed, and he's down swinging for his first strikeout as a Raptor in West Coast League play. And Doyle Kane is the batter. Well, I mentioned the Ridgefield record is 21 runs set Wednesday, so 37 runs in the first 2 games. It's pretty darn good. Now, that was a non-league game, so if you're doing records from West Coast League play, the record is 17, which was set last year against Walla Walla. And an RBI here for Doyle Kane with 2 outs would tie that record. First pitch is a ball to Doyle Kane. 2 outs, runner on third. The other thing is that record last year tied the record from 2019, also against Walla Walla. 17 runs on 2 different occasions. 1-0 pitch over the head, bounces right back to the catcher off the backstop. I don't think it ever hit the ground. It just, or maybe one bounce and bounce right back to the catcher Runyon. And if Will Chambers had run home on that play, he would have been beaten by 89 feet. And he made the choice to not run. Wise choice by Will. It got back to the catcher just about as fast as it does on a normal pitch. And the field umpire, Kirk Boardway, goes over to chat with Tyler Haft. Home plate umpire Trey Anishazlin getting some extra baseballs. 2 balls, no strikes to Doyle Kane. An RBI would tie the all-time record for Ridgefield in runs scored in a single game. 17 runs last year on July 30th. Here's the 2-0 to Kane. Checks his swing, and no, he didn't. He went around, strike 1. 2 outs, runner on third. So Ridgefield has scored 17 runs in 2 games in Ridgefield history. They've both been against Walla Walla. Trying to do it a 3rd time against the Sweets. Will Chambers representing the 17th run. The 2-1 to Doyle Kane is a breaking ball strike. Good pitch from Tyler Haft. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 8th inning. Tyler Hafe toes the rubber, goes down into a crouch, and then stands straight up looking into his battery mate Runyon. Here's the 2-2 to Doyle Kane. Fastball on the outside edge, strike three looking. And Ridgefield will have to be content with a measly 16 runs today. No record-tying performance unless they have to give up 15 runs and come back to the plate again in this inning. 16-1 the lead. Chandler DeYoung is in the bullpen. Will he come out, or will it be Harrison Howell coming out from the dugout? I don't see DeYoung walking out yet. It might be Harrison Howell. Either way, in that inning, Jacob Sharp homered, so 2 runs come in on 1 hit. No errors in the frame and 1 left on base. And it will be Chandler DeYoung who will come in for the Raptors and pitch in the top of the 9th inning. It will not be a save situation for Chandler with a 15-run lead. And so Chandler out of San Diego Christian will come in. By the way, good work from Walla Walla pitchers in a way. Sure, they gave up 16 runs, but they still struck out 15 batters. Boom or bust for Walla Walla today. They also gave up 14 walks. So a lot of strikeouts, a lot of walks, and a few home runs as well. 1 by Jacob Sharp, 1 by Will Chambers, 1 by Mikey Kane. So the top 4 hitters in the lineup for Ridgefield combined for 7 hits and 3 home runs just from the top 4 spots in the lineup. As a team, Ridgefield 17 hits, 16 runs. Just a few off the record in both cases. Led by 3 hits by Safea Mawai and a couple other players with 2 hits apiece, Mikey Kane, Jacob Sharp, and Doyle Kane, each with 2 hits, and Trent Prokes as well. Chandler DeYoung, the 4th pitcher to throw for the Raptors today, joining Ben Hart, who is in position for the win. He went 5 innings, gave up 3 hits, no runs, struck out 6. Michael Lozano had 2 scoreless. Harrison Howell pitched 1 inning with 1 unearned run. So although Ridgefield will not get its 3rd shutout as a franchise today, they could give up 0 earned runs. And that'll be up to Chandler DeYoung to try to get to that mark. He'll be facing the 6, 7, 8 hitters. Joey Craig is the batter to lead off in the top of the 9th inning. 16-1 is the lead for the Ridgefield Raptors after a 14-run win on Wednesday and a 15-run margin here today in the West Coast League opening game. Walla Walla still has plenty of players coming in. They've got more players to fill out the roster. So they're not a finished product, nor is Ridgefield. So take everything with a grain of salt, but a good start for the Ridgefield Raptors. Chandler DeYoung misses down and in, ball 1 to begin the top of the 9th inning. Chandler DeYoung is a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a curve, and a changeup. Toss the change inside for ball 2, 2-0. He's from Mesa, Arizona, went to Mountain View High School. Pitches for San Diego Christian. Is behind 2-0 to Joey Craig. Fastball hit foul down the 3rd base side, wide of Peter Abenanti, interim head coach for Walla Walla, in the place of Brandon Van Horn. Well, coach's first game for Walla Walla in a few days. Depends on what New Mexico State does in the postseason. They currently trail Oregon State 4-3. Ground ball on the 2-1 pitch through the left side. And a base hit for Joey Craig to begin the 9th inning. William Fwenning will be the batter. Justin Boyd, the leadoff hitter today for Oregon State. He is a 2019 Ridgefield Raptor. Wade Meckler batting second. He was a Raptor last year. Travis Bazana also in the lineup. He was a Corvallis Knight last year and the league MVP. He has a base hit today. Both Justin Boyd and Wade Meckler both have hits today and 2 runs scored for the former Raptors. Ben Ferrer into pitch. He was a Bend Elk. A lot of A lot of West Coast League players in the lineup. Just about every one of them. Gavin Logan, he's just about all 9. A pop-up on the 1-0 pitch to William Fwenning, shallow center field. Going out is Kirkpatrick, sprinting in is Kane. It's Kirkpatrick making the catch. The second baseman pulls it in. Just like he did in the very first out of the ball game. In the top of the first, he pulls in the most recent out, and 2 more outs to go. This is Tyler Haft coming up. He pitched for Washington State, not a two-way player, but here he is with a bat for, I can only presume, his first at-bat since high school. A ball down from Chandler DeYoung against Tyler Haft. Walla Walla having to use their pitchers as hitters today without a DH available, only 8 position players so far for the Sweets. And so Tyler Haft pitching now, the reliever out of Washington State. 1-0 pitch is inside, 2-0. Runner on first, 1 out. A 16-1 margin, Ridgefield in front. Another game tomorrow at 6:35 p.m. And the Sunday finale will begin at 1:05. 2-0 pitch from DeYoung is going to hit Tyler Haft. And Haft reaches in his first plate appearance since high school. And so there's runners in first and second with Rowan Ramsey coming up. Top of the 9th inning here at the Rourke. Mostly been a dry game. It was raining a little bit pregame warm-ups and sprinkling a little bit early in the game, but mostly has not precipitated too much during the game, but it's still been wet around the concourse, and the ball has been, catches the turf and gets a little bit of moisture on it, but it hasn't been too bad today. But you can tell the ball was still, bouncing on the turf a little faster, sped up the game a little bit, caused a couple errors. First pitch is a strike from Chandler DeYoung to Rowan Ramsey. Then tries to catch the inside corner, too far inside. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 2 aboard for the Sweets in the 9th inning. You've got 6 hits now in the ball game. Chandler DeYoung with a high kick and a high fastball, top of the zone. Strike 2 to Rowan Ramsey. Joey Craig, the runner in scoring position. And Tyler Haft is at first base. Here's the 1-2 off speed that's lifted to left field and playable for Riley McCarthy, the left fielder under it, and makes the grab for out number 2. Michael Rollauer, the batter, who has reached once today and 2 well-hit fly balls that have been caught. 16-1 lead for Ridgefield, trying to get to 1-0 in West Coast League play and 2-0 overall. And 1 out stands between them and that mark. There's Chandler DeYoung with the kick and a changeup for a swinging strike. You can join us tomorrow, same spot, right here on the YouTube stream or the online audio stream, wherever you're tuning in all home games. 0-1 pitch, ground ball to second base. Kirkpatrick fields, throws to first in time for the out. Ball game over, and Ridgefield runs away with it. 3 runs in the first. That would be all the runs they would need. It would not be all the runs they got. Final score from Ridgefield on the West Coast League opener, the Raptors 16 and the Sweets 1. Highlighted by 3 home runs by 3 different players: Mikey Kane, Jacob Sharp, Will Chambers, the 2, 3, 4 hitters in the lineup. Each homer, and Safea Mawai gets a bases clearing double in the first inning. He leads all players with 3 hits. Ben Hart, the winning pitcher today, with 5 scoreless innings and no earned runs allowed today by Ridgefield pitchers. Well, for all the people in the Ridgefield organization, I'm Josh Warden signing off from the Rourke. Hope to see you tomorrow at 6:35. Again, all home games and road games streamed. Just a video stream for the home games, audio stream for the away games, audio only. And tomorrow, another example of that. 6:35 start and a finale at Sunday, 1:05. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Ridgefield wins it 16-1 to get to 1-0 in West Coast League play and 2-0 on the season. Until tomorrow night, so long, everybody.